Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Master amongst hammer sages, the king of the ring himself. But your boy Thicky Smalls, Gerard Michaels, in the house. Well done. Handled well.
That was beautiful.
Welcome back. It's Saturday at 2. That's slick and thick time on your Gas Digital dial. And if it's slick and thick on Saturday, then you know it's time for Mix Picks. So stick around to the end to get Mix Picks for tonight's UFC event. The kid's over 70% for the year. This is the sweet voice of the Vanilla Gorilla himself, Thicky Smalls, your man, Gerard Michaels, coming to you, as always, in this beautiful Saturday afternoon. And to my right, at 6'3", 210 pounds, every one of them is a problem. The CEO of the RNC, the king of the ring, the tamer of punks, the master of sages, Slick Mick the ruler, Mickey Gall
mixed
himself.
that up a little
I
bit
did
today.
the end at the beginning, the
changed it a
beginning
little
at the
bit.
end.
All right.
We're keeping
That's
it
all right.
fresh.
What's up, Big G?
You can't let it get tired around these parts,
How's everything?
man. I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing all
Everything's
right.
good? Everything's
Everything's
good?
everything. I finally got my paintball gun. I'm gonna start lighting up the people with the old cell phones. Yeah, I'm gonna be a menace with these people, man.
A menace, huh?
I'm gonna be a menace to these people.
Speaking of, do you do that on purpose?
Uh-huh.
Is that you little professional ass
Hey,
motherfucker,
you like
aren't
that?
you?
That's called pre-production.
That's quite
folks.
a segue there, fool. All right, well, today we have none other than your favorite fighter. We got the Menace, Michael Johnson, in the building.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Michael Johnson. There he is.
Guys,
Michael
thanks
Johnson.
for having me on.
You've seen a lot of people go from football into MMA. You've seen a lot of people go from baseball and MMA, Stipe Miocic. Nobody has been an Olympic sprinter and an MMA fighter before. What is that like, and what was that transition like?
It was a tough one. Go from running away from people to running to people. You know what I mean? It's a little different speed.
Yeah. The actually wearing less clothing now than you did in the Olympics. So.
Fast twitch. It crosses over. Actually, when I'm running the sprints at Barwis, and they're like, "Hey, man, you're fast. You're moving good." I'm like, I don't run, I fight.
I'm just now realizing that 3/4 of our audience is audio only, and it is not that Michael Johnson. So
no, they know which Michael Johnson
Menace
it is.
Johnson, man. So for people that don't know, man, Michael, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where'd you come up? Where'd you grow up? How'd you get here to where you are today, man?
Sounds like another segue.
What's
but
the young
anyway.
Michael Johnson?
Born and raised, St. Louis, Missouri.
Were you part of the St. Lunatics?
Absolutely not. I don't even like Nelly.
You don't like Murphy Lee?
I do like Murphy Lee. Murphy Lee's good. I think he's the only actual one from St. Louis.
Nelly's not from St. Louis?
Nah, he's from Texas.
Oh, all right. I'm putting it together now. I'm starting to get the context clues. I didn't know what you were talking about.
You're a little younger.
You don't know who Nelly is?
I know who Nelly is. That's why I'm putting it together
Nelly's
now.
not from St. Louis?
No. He went to high school in St. Louis. I guess wherever you go to high school, maybe that's where you're from, but...
You could claim it. I feel like you could claim it.
You can find me in
went to high
St.
school?
Louis, where the gun play, bangs all day.
St. Louis might have been better than his little town in Texas he's from. But.
Great baseball player, Nelly. Minor league baseball player. I believe for the St. Louis
play with
Cardinals. No. Just was a fan. Country Grammar came
Play
out.
my position like a show style.
When Country Grammar came out, that shit
Little
was
Nelly
fucking,
for you.
That was fire. People
Grammar
forget.
wasn't too bad.
Country Grammar was hot, man. That was back in the day. You had Country Grammar, you had DMX, you had some bangers out. Now I think Nelly sings country music now.
Is that right?
Somebody told me something
About
about
Burger King commercial.
last time. Maybe that's where I definitely heard it. They had my attention for sure. Somebody told me last time.
So that's what Nelly's doing nowadays.
Hot
Nelly,
damn.
where you been, man?
Hot damn, this boy's good. Last time I was in St. Louis, I like opened up on a crack about I like when I go to a new city, I like fucking with people in the beginning, It's 50-50. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. St. Louis doesn't like to be fucked with, really.
No, it's one of those cities where you tread lightly.
Tread lightly, yeah. And this was right after there were like riots, and I didn't know like BLM started in St. Louis. It's like the home of it, I guess, Ferguson and all this stuff. And I said, man, this is impressive. This is the last place where BLM is predominantly black. You guys are holding it strong here. Everywhere else in the country, it looks like a Kenny G concert. But you guys are keeping it fucking real here. And then I ripped on Nelly a little bit, and then somebody came up after the show And the only thing that they wanted to correct me on was, Nelly's like the third biggest selling artist of all time, right? I'm like, there's no way that can be true. There's just no way it can be true.
I think I heard that Country Grammar song. I think might be right, maybe. I don't think 3.
It's getting hot in here. It's a fucking
That's
banger.
very true.
Yeah, but 3's kind of high up.
Nat, you're on that. You got to tell us where does Nelly, where does Nelly land?
Nat meet Michael. Michael meet Nat.
Even though it's a Texas gets to claim him according to MJ. It's not an STL guy. It's a Texas
guy. That might show up on the search too.
So you were a St. Louis kid. You grew up in Missouri. Is it Missouri or Missouri?
Missouri. I say Missouri. I got friends that say Missouri. I think that's more the country.
Yeah.
Part Missouri.
Missouri,
yeah.
I think we got a lot of Missouri guys in the gym. Right? We got Evan.
A few of them. Evan.
Scrappy.
Garrett was there for a little bit. Yeah.
He moved back?
Yeah.
This makes sense. Missouri is like low-key an angry place.
Yeah, so you're going to get some fighters out of there?
But this is like, it's an angry place. That's where Carol Ann lives in St. Joseph, Missouri.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. And angry people out there.
She's not from the South?
She's originally from Alabama.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense.
Now she lives in St. Joe's, Missouri. I believe Jesse James, I think, is from like St. Joe, Missouri. It's a
the bank robber or the motorcycle guy?
The bank robber.
Oh, really?
Robber, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, they have like a museum for his house where like he grew up in town, and it's smaller than this studio.
You know,
who's the boxer that's from St. Louis too? Not Joe Louis.
Was it Joe Louis?
Is it Joe?
I don't know.
No, it wasn't. Was he from? Yeah, wasn't there like the Pride of St. Louis or something like that? Was a boxer?
Yeah. Christian, you on this, bro?
Mm-hmm. So how'd you get into throwing hands professionally? You're professionally violent. We're with two professionally violent people.
So I don't know how Mickey started, but me and Knucklehead in high school, it was football, wrestling, and running track, and and just going out to like house parties and fighting somehow. So how St. Louis is set up is fucked up. It's not like it's what hood are you from, and then it's a what high school are you from. And that's like the big thing in St. Louis. Like, oh, what high school did you go to? So you're always getting like high schools fighting against high schools. So I was like one of our like badasses in our high school going against like all these other badasses at like parties. Which it was fun, dumb knucklehead bullshit, you know what I mean? So we would fight, and then it just like carried on to me like being good. Like I haven't lost. Like I'm still not losing any fights, and then fast forward a year in college, I went to go play football, got into some knucklehead shit again, couldn't play. Found myself in Springfield, Missouri, right, which is like 3 hours from St. Louis, which is like going like towards Arkansas. I don't know if you guys know the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from?
Jersey.
Jersey, yeah.
Can't you tell?
Yeah. Good. So you guys don't know the Midwest.
I know the Midwest. I spent a lot of time there. I spent a lot of time in the Midwest.
It's a little rugged.
Ohio is as Midwest as I get.
Yeah. Tornado Alley it gets scary out there, man. It really does. There's so many places.
You're dying to say that you played ball out in the Midwest.
I did.
Yeah.
That was before I took gold in the Pan Ams, though.
Oh shit.
Gold in the Pan Ams.
Don't encourage him, Michael, please.
It was a cloudy day in Harlem.
The boxers from St. Louis, Leon Spinks, Michael Spinks.
Not the Spinks. He was old school.
Stephon Shaw, Eddie Cook.
Like old school.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of boxers.
Listen from Cleveland.
He was a hitman for the mob.
Listen.
At some point.
Really?
Sonny Listen?
Was it Sonny Listen?
Yeah.
Sonny
Listen. Was he from St. Louis? Or
Yeah.
I thought he was Cleveland. But no, St. Louis makes sense too.
I think it's Sonny Listen.
Yeah.
That sounds a little
double checking.
East. I remember when I was playing, they did tell us, do not go to East St. Louis. They're like, if you want to go out and have a good time.
He was born in Arkansas.
Okay, it's kind of close.
So maybe not.
Maybe he went to St. Louis.
Yeah. Maybe grew up, maybe like Nelly, he grew up there.
East St. Louis is the only place I've ever been where on the interstate, when you're getting off the exit, there's a sign under the exit that says, "This is not the St. Louis you're looking for."
For real?
Yeah, it's like, this is not the St. Louis.
So
East
that's
St.
where
Louis.
my other part of my family's from. It's East St. Louis. On that side.
That's tough.
Yeah, so it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as bad as Everybody, actually, it's pretty bad.
Well, like even bad
Yeah,
places.
you
Like when we grew up
like
in
that's
Jersey.
all you know.
Yeah.
You know.
A lot of like we lived in Jersey, and Jersey gets a reputation. I lived in Newark, it gets a reputation, but it's really just like 3 blocks by East Orange, Irvington, and it's really only like between the hours of 1 and 5 a.m. that any bad shit happens. If you're in East Orange at 2 a.m., you're probably participating in whatever was happening. You know what I'm saying?
That's when all the bad shit happens.
Yeah, that's like when people talk about crime in other countries, it's like I always default back to that. Like, man, you better be, so your sisters are going to Mexico or something like that. Your mom's like, you better be careful in Mexico. I'm like, they grew up in Jersey. I think they're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been to Atlantic City. I think they can handle Acapulco. With all due
Be
respect.
surprised. Shit, people are getting kidnapped left and right now.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. Yeah, that adrenochrome is expensive.
Yeah, it's a hot commodity. They're digging it.
You got to get that baby blood, man.
Yeah.
You got to get that baby broth.
Sick shit.
Yeah, don't knock it till you try it. I guess I don't know.
I'll knock it.
You'll knock it.
I'll knock it.
What if it made you like 5 years younger, stronger, faster?
But you have to kill a baby and crack its head
blood?
open.
Yeah, you got to scare the baby before you kill it.
You gotta torment it.
You got to
right?
torture the
It's
child.
like sacrifice.
Yeah, it's fucking sick shit.
Yeah.
Nah, hell no.
Well,
Hell no.
You know what? And that's
You
why.
love it over there, Christian?
That's
You
a thing
laughing
now?
at motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
You didn't hear about adrenochrome?
Oh yeah.
All right,
it's
well,
not
tell
great.
them about adrenochrome.
Well, let's do it at the end of the episode, so at least we can maybe have a half a chance of getting this thing monetized. So, yeah, man. So you decided. You were a football player. Then what position did you play?
Yeah, running back.
Running back.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were fast.
Yeah, I was fast. I was a little thicker.
What were
Slick
you?
and thick.
Slick
Yeah,
and thick.
sure.
What were you weighing at?
I was about 200 pounds
Ooh,
my freshman
alright.
year of college. And then I didn't play. I went back and started wrestling St. Louis. Kind of like knucklehead shit. I was partying a lot. And I ended up losing like 40 pounds in like through 2 weeks.
What?
Yeah, so I wrestled at 165 college for 1 year.
Wow. So wait, you played football and wrestling in college?
Yeah, but 2 different schools.
Oh,
I went to another school, Central Methodist. I got into some shit, went back to St. Louis.
Some knucklehead shit?
Yeah.
That'd be a good name for the podcast you're going to start.
Some
Knucklehead shit.
Yeah.
We can't just
Knucklehead spit.
We can't just yada yada the best part here, Michael. You can't yada yada knucklehead
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, knucklehead shit. It was smoking in a fucking basketball player's dorm room. And the dumbass had like little high school girls over there from like the town. So we get done smoking and I'm leaving and I turn around and like go and the RA is already catching them and he looks at me and I see like other people behind him that's already caught. They're looking at me. And this is the first time I tell the truth in my fucking life. So I'm like, I'm not telling the truth fucking never. Fuck that. Like, it gets you in trouble. The RA looks at me and goes, were you in this room? And I'm looking at all the people that got caught and they're just like, I already think they told on me. So I'm like, yeah, I was in there, but I wasn't doing much. He's like, all right, you got to come down here. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, if I just would have said no, I don't know what the fuck they're doing down there.
Yeah,
like, I would have been clear and
nah.
free, but nope. But so then I couldn't play football my sophomore year. And
Over smoking weed?
yeah, but you got to think this is like 2000.
That's true.
Yeah, like 2001.
Wild.
No, this is like 2005.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
if the team doctor had prescribed you, 15 Oxycontins, you'd been fine,
Exactly,
right?
no problem. Right?
Wild.
So then I just ended up saying, fuck it, being young and stupid, and I left. Wrestled at Merrimack for a year. Then I went to Springfield, and I was going to play football there. The first night I went out, I got into a fight with like 3 different football players, put 2 in the hospital, and was like, I don't think I can play football here. Like, these motherfuckers, they don't block as it is. There's no way they're going to block for me. Like, I'm going to be set up. Like, I'm going to be fucking done. So,
This is my offensive
Yeah.
line? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
so I turned a negative into a positive, I guess. I was like, you know what? I'm going to end up fucking killing somebody or going to jail for fighting in the street. I can actually go fight. So then I, found Springfield Fight Club, and the rest is fight history.
Wow. That's really cool. So you kind of like had an inkling in your mind, like, man, maybe I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, I fucking like fighting. I wrestled in high school, wrestled in college, pretty athletic. Maybe I should turn that into something good instead of just beating up all these drunk people in the streets.
What was the fight scene like then? Like in 2005, you said?
No, so I probably had my first pro fight, say 2010.
Well, when you started training?
I started training 2008, 2009. And then I trained for a good year before I had my first fight because I was just, wanting to see how it was and everything like that.
Yeah.
The fight scene was a lot better than what it is now. You know how it is now. Nobody wants to fight anybody. But back then, everybody's fighting everybody. The tough guys are fighting the tough guys. I'm fighting once every 3 or 4 weeks, around, the Midwest and Missouri. Me and James Krause had a fight back then.
Shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how it was. Everybody just wanted to fight and be the best.
So nobody wants to fight anybody. What do you mean by that? For those of us that aren't.
People are picky and choosy. They're
Are we talking about amateurs? Are we talking
all of it?
Amateurs,
really?
pro.
From amateurs to the pros.
No, I don't want to fight this guy. He's too tough, or I think he's too tough, or I want to pad my record and fight some easy guys, and I want to get up to a certain record. So then they pick and they choose.
That's why I only had 3 amateur fights. Because it stopped.
Because you were picking and choosing people. People were too tough.
Yeah, I was like, no, not amateur.
I want to fight,
Exactly.
but not him.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of people who they think it's cool. You know what I mean? They want to be that cool tough guy with their friends at the bars. Yeah, dude, I do UFC.
I fight.
That kind of guys. Yeah.
No, you don't fight, man.
They don't really want to.
Yeah.
They don't really want to fight the best guys.
Back then, you didn't even really know who you were fighting until that night. That's kind of
no
how it was back
videotape,
then.
nothing.
No videotape, no nothing. Fights were changed, and just guys are just going in there to fight.
Were they still doing Grand Prix style stuff back then?
No.
Early 2000s
not
is when they
with
kind of
us.
faded out, I guess.
Yeah. It's more pride things and everything. Yeah, but
I saw a Grand Prix. My buddy was fighting in one. I want to say 2004, 2005 was my second year in college, and he had to fight 3 times in one night, and I think he made $75. And it was at the
Sounds
Taj.
about
It was
right.
the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, and we all came down there, and we had these plans. We were gonna party all night. We were like, yeah, dude. He was just like, I want to go to fucking bed. I want to go to bed. We were like, yeah. What about now?
just got some energy.
Suddenly, I don't want to sleep.
I don't want to sleep. I'm never gonna sleep. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, and you think you're a tough guy when you're you're a tough guy. You've gotten in a bar fight. You're like, I can do that. And then you see the fucking guy do it 2, 3 times. I see the way you guys spar on Tuesdays, and I'm like, nah, I'm good on that shit, man. That's fucking nuts shit, man. That's you guys really just get in there and just.
You couldn't
bang.
even get up for Thursdays to come check it out.
Get up for Thursdays, bro.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, bro.
I played
We're
8
sparring both days.
I played 8 games of pickleball last night. I'm not wearing shoes right now. I'm in flip flops. All right,
True.
I played 1 game too many pickleball last night. My quads are seizing up. It's watch you guys bang out.
Speaking of which, they're asking for you to come through the gym. There's a pickleball chick who just started training with us. Her name's Hannah. Hannah something.
Mixed up,
I don't know her
Hannah.
name.
Mixed
I've
doubles,
never
baby.
played
Let's go.
pickleball. I've never even seen a pickleball game.
Really?
Yeah, I just been hearing my friend's mom started playing not too long ago.
Oh, I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
he's
love
obsessed.
it. Love it.
He's
I love
obsessed.
it, dude. I'm literally obsessed. It's incredible. You know who? The wrestling coach, Steve, plays a lot. Just got married. Great guy.
Oh, yeah?
Steve. Yeah. Great dude. Bunch of the guys from was it Moncau? Is it Moncau Brothers or something like that down here? Jiu-Jitsu.
I don't know.
They come out there. There it is. Look at this.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, man.
There's
That's just
tennis
an
on a
old
small
people
court.
game.
It is
What?
an old people game. Absolutely,
This
is an
is
old
not
But
people
it looks
Nonsensical.
like
Yes,
too,
it is.
It looks too fast moving.
Nah,
Nah,
I think it used to be. So there's a changing of the guard. The old people really don't like that. The young people are. So PPA and MLP. These are the 2 competing groups here. PPA is the cool kids, man. That's the
Who's your partner? Or is it you do one?
See, this is the problem, man. Is
I like
can't-
one-on-one better.
I
We
can't
can use
keep
our
a-
speed and our athleticism more. With this, it's just bend over and fucking.
Yeah. And partners is kind of
If you got bad
you
hands, just
fucked
say that,
up.
man.
Somebody messed up. It's
So that's the thing with your partner. It's really so much more about cohesiveness and strategy. It's a very, very, very strategy intense game. It really is. Because if your partner's not doing the right thing, you get really, really pissy with your partner.
Yeah,
like you get
could,
really
100%.
you get like really angry with your partner if they're like, especially if they're doing like hero ball stuff, like trying to get the win every time they hit.
Yeah, just hemorrhaging points.
And they're just absolutely, and they're getting you smashed because the ball's coming up, and then bam, just getting smoked. You taking a wiffle ball.
Well, hey, man, if you don't have good hands, just say that.
Gotta get in on this pickleball.
Yeah, bro. Anytime you want. I told Foz he can come anytime he wants. It's good cardio, man. I mean, it is tough though.
It's not that good a
tough.
cardio, G. That's very relative.
I mean,
brother.
the court's pretty
good
small.
cardio.
I'll say this: it's fun. There'd be times where I'd do like 3 practices, and then I'd hit him up. What are you doing? He's like at the pickleball court, and I'm like, all right, I'm coming. Like, is that, you know what I mean? It's,
Outside?
yeah, outside.
Fuck, I don't know about
Outside, early
Yeah,
evening.
I don't know.
Sun's
It's
coming
been
down.
150 degrees. here,
Yeah, but
like,
I think
facts.
I think you'll
It's
play
too fu- it's-
1 or 2 games of mixed doubles, and you'll be like, this outside thing in the heat's not so bad. It's not so bad. Yeah, man.
I can barely sit in my car the first 30 seconds when I get in.
Yeah, do you walk out of the gym after just showering? By the time you get to your car, you're sweating bullets again.
Yeah.
That's another
fucking hot
that's
out
another
here, man.
Missouri thing though, bro. Like Missouri, you'll get into your car in the
Stupid
morning.
heat.
It'll be
Really?
99 degrees. Then you'll come out of your car, like you'll go into Target. You'll come out of Target an hour later, and it'll be hailing.
Right. We get all 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah, it's
I've
wild.
seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. It's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
tornadoes too. It's Missouri.
So you wonder why people are pissed off from Missouri all the time.
Oh, I don't
Like,
wonder.
I don't know how to
They
do
live
that.
in
You don't know
Missouri.
what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I do when I do travel the country though. I do oftentimes, especially when you get into like the Midwest where you're traveling for hours and it's nothing but like fields and like one house.
Depressing, right?
Well, I start thinking about like Lewis and Clark and those guys, and like these motherfuckers, they just had a canoe and like a group of 6 dudes, and they were like, "Fuck it, we're gonna go west." And I'm like, I'm in a Jeep, and I'm like, oh man, if I got a flat here, I think I'm dead. I think I might die. Like,
they all came through there, right? Like,
no, I think
Mark
I think a lot of them died. I think one of
They
Lewis.
didn't make it through there.
No, I think a lot of them died, and if it wasn't for Sacagawea, they all would have died. And then I think either Lewis or Clark like died shortly after. Lewis and Clark were legit badasses, man. We think of them from that Matthew Perry movie, I think, as like a bunch of clowns, but those are just like they
Yeah,
got
it must have been. They're explorers, right?
yeah, to them it was like going to fucking Mars, man. Like they're
Yeah.
like, hey, what's west? I don't know, just a lot of things
Let's
that
just
can kill
push
you.
it. Let's
Let's
push
just let's figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys go map the entire west of the Mississippi River? Sure thing. What's it paying? I don't know, $7. Yeah, we got it. Well, let's go do
Probably
it.
didn't get paid.
Probably not, right?
But that's what they
definitely
tell
not.
us. That's all the information they tell us. So who knows?
Oh, nice conspiracy. Let's rock.
right?
Let's go.
Did they really live?
Did they
Like,
really?
Was it really them?
Were they ever even
Lewis
there?
and Clark? Like, was it really them? Like,
Oh,
you ever
yeah.
seen these people?
What did they
Like-
really see? Yeah. I play with a
like-
guy named Carl Everett, who's a really, really interesting cat. And he doesn't believe dinosaurs ever existed. He believes every bone that's been like excavated was a plant.
Oh, come on.
I swear to God. And I'm like, so, but who's doing this?
Yeah. Why? What
They-
for?
They're doing this.
Oh, like they
To, like-
planted the bones.
Yeah.
To like disprove.
Yeah.
What?
He's like, then why wouldn't they be everywhere?
What is he? Is he religious? Is he like very
Yes.
Christian?
Yeah.
So he's like he thinks it's like to disprove, it's to bring Satan.
That's right.
Into the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also
Dinosaurs and Satan.
yeah, he got cut from the Mets back in the 90s when he was batting .330 because I think he got caught getting a little handsy
What's
with
his name?
Carl Everett.
Carl Everett.
Yeah. Carl Everett's one of the most amazing athletes.
Yeah, that's a good batting average, isn't it?
Dude, hit from
That's
both sides of the plate.
fantastic.
This dude was 38 years
Hall
old.
of Fame numbers.
Yeah,
This dude was 38 years old with a legit beer belly, probably about my build right now, wearing sneakers, playing in the Atlantic League against us 23-year-old athletes and throwing up a .350 batting average. Not even trying. Both sides of the plate. He was just a stud. An
Was
absolute.
he a Red Sox?
He was a Red Sox. He
Yeah, I
was an all-star
remember
Red
him.
Sox. There's
Yeah,
Carl
so-
Everett right there.
Brother,
Carl,
of course.
Carl Everett's the man. He's very proud black man. Very
Brother,
proud.
of course.
Dinosaur denier.
Dude. So Carl Everett, unfortunately, got handsy with the missus. And when the New York media asked him about it, His response wasn't, I messed up. People make mistakes. I'm sorry. It was, to quote the Bible, spare the rod, spoil the wife, spoil the child. And New York was like, fuck, now we got to trade you. Shit, you're so good, but we just can't. We
What's
can't.
that mean? Like,
What do you mean?
spare the rod, spoil the wife?
Well, it's spare the rod, spoil the child.
How does
Spare the
wife
rod.
play in?
Huh?
How does the wife play into that?
I think he might have ad-libbed. A little bit of improv. A little bit
Yeah,
of...
he's making
So is
connections.
he
I see
saying the
where he's coming
Bible
from.
says? So he's saying the Bible says it's okay?
Yes, that's exactly.
Not
what
only
he's
is he
saying.
saying that the Bible says it's okay, it's the Bible says it's necessary.
Right.
So the Bible actually says this.
Let's pull that up.
Yeah.
I don't want
I've
to.
heard
if
the
it
spare
actually-
the rod, spoil the child. I didn't know that was from the
Because
Bible.
if it actually says this, he might have an argument.
In today's world.
I mean, yeah.
Well, in today's world, I mean,
Everybody.
you can't fire a black
Argue
guy for
anything.
anything. So, it's, you got that going for you, which is kinda
Proverbs 13:24 looks like.
cool. Proverbs,
Really is.
what is it?
It
What does it
say
say?
a man is allowed to beat his wife.
Yeah, that's what it says actually.
Hold on. Hold on, guys. Let him cook.
That part's,
Verbatim.
that part's in bold. It's in bold too.
What's going on here, Christian? One more time.
All right. Whoever spares the rod hates their children, but the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. I don't know what that
Oh,
means.
so meaning discipline is necessary.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
love 'em.
Oh, that reminds me.
So he put in wife instead of child.
I guess so.
just
Yeah.
added
Yeah, you don't want to
one.
spoil the wife. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's yeah. It's
Yeah.
because he loves her.
And even
It's
in
a love
today's
thing.
world,
Disciplining you because I love you, baby.
Yeah.
I don't think that worked for Adrian Peterson. I don't know. If anybody's
Well-
thinking of using the Proverbs defense, I don't know. I don't know if that's
You know that's interesting. Did your dad hit you?
only a couple times, but it was useful.
You?
Dad hit me. My mom hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother hit me.
Yeah. Grandpa, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, my grandpa
Oh.
definitely hit me. Like,
So I just saw on Ian Gary's
definitely.
Instagram. So Neil Magny was talking about he's I don't know if you saw this.
oh, I've heard about it. Yeah,
I just
didn't
saw
see
it yesterday. So Ian Gary is now fighting Neil Magny
That's gonna be a
instead
good
of
fight.
Jeff Neal. So Magny was doing the press conference and was like, yeah, I got a kid and I've been disciplining him and whatever, and I'm gonna do the same thing to Ian. And then Ian was there sitting there like what the fuck? He's talking about hitting his kid?
Yeah.
And he was appalled by it. You
Took
know?
a whole nother level. I guess he picked up his kid.
He
and
picked up
was
his. I'll
talking to
never
him.
hit you. I'll never hit
Yeah.
you. So, he was talking about break the cycle and stuff like that. Where do
Break
you
the
guys
cycle.
break the cycle? Just because your dad hits you doesn't mean you should hit your kid.
I firmly believe if a child is out of place, they should get chastised a little bit for it. I mean, I'm not wrong by being disciplined. I mean, I don't think if your kid mouths off or says something wrong to you, you saying no or go to timeout ain't gonna fix that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you, I guess, lightly hit him in his chest or some sort of discipline, I don't know,
See, I see both sides of it. Now, my dad was the king of fucking throwing those short hooks into my arms and flying me across the room. But every time he hit me, it's because I was acting like an asshole and absolutely fucking
yeah, he
deserved
didn't
it.
hit you for nothing.
No, it wasn't
you're
like he,
not getting
came
beat.
home and
You're
was
not
beating
getting
me.
beat. Yeah, it's
Right.
a difference, and people.
But at the same time, you're supposed to look at your parent as the one who protects you, you love them and stuff. So it can kind of confuse kids when it's all right, that's the guy who is my protector, who loves me, but also he's whooping my ass. You know what I mean? So it can be kind of conflicting psychologically for kids.
So I'll take the other side of it and play devil's advocate, because as I got older, and you're very familiar with this, but my dad and I have a good relationship. I love my father. My father loves me, but
That's not what he said, but
yeah,
whatever.
exactly. But when the relationship is based purely on the expectation of obedience and the violence is what enforces that obedience, well, there comes a time where the kid outweighs the father.
Yeah.
And now you can't beat me. Well, now am I the fucking man? Now do you have to do what I say?
I feel like at that point
Yeah, I
you grow
feel
up and
that.
you understand you respect your
No,
father.
respect
you
thing.
don't, because
I think it's a respect thing.
it is and it isn't, man. It is and it isn't. There's the power dynamics of it are very, very difficult, right? Because it's a respect thing. Yeah, but now you can't whoop me, so I don't have a curfew. Because
So
if the
then
only reason I had a curfew was because if I didn't,
Well,
something
look, if
bad
you
would
still have
happen
a
to me.
curfew and you can whoop your dad, your pops ain't hitting the weights enough. He's not staying in shape. That's not on your dad, man.
How big are we talking? Because like,
Listen, man. I mean, you're talking about 17. You're talking about senior year of high school. You know, freshman year of college. You come back from college. You're pretty big, strong, and in good shape.
Coming
you know?
back
so
from college,
my cousin has 3 sons right now. I think 2 of them, one's a senior, maybe the other's a sophomore. I think, and they're huge. They're bigger than him, you know. But it's still like that kind of respect thing, and it's like, all right, you want to get like big and like try to like fight me or like try to like I can't do this to you, and then it's a thing where even though he's smaller, like you're still a child at this point. Like you're not a grown man. Like don't cross that line. You know, he's not. And this isn't like a full blown fight. You know what I mean? Like they're not fighting like a street fight or anything like that. But you know, like maybe, you know, like they're actually like wrestling and the little kid's getting held down, but he's 100 pounds heavier. It's like, well, it's kind of like that grown man strength. Like,
Totally.
you know, you're still a child. So no matter how big you get, like you still won't be able to beat your old man type thing.
I couldn't agree more. But I'm saying that it should be a very, very last ditch resort, I think. Look, I don't have kids, so I really shouldn't, you know, I don't have a dog in the fight. And I'm also on record as saying one of the problems we have in society is there's not enough controlled violence anymore. Where a little smack here can save somebody from fucking shooting up a school, maybe. You know, so I think controlled violence, well-placed, well-meaning controlled violence has its place, and we've kind of gotten away with that. And there's entire
away from that.
Or you can use
We've gotten away
discipline.
from
You don't
that.
even have to use violence.
Well, there's people
You
now.
say
There's
discipline.
entire psychological communities that want you to never say no to children. There's this whole thing
Fucking
about
crazy.
speaking in the affirmative. Always speak in the affirmative. Instead of saying, "Oh, Johnny, don't touch that stove." That's a negative inference. You should be like, "I like it better when you don't touch the stove." So now you have to
Now
change
you
the
can have it.
whole.
Well, I might think I want to do this.
Back in my
Now you
day,
got a burnt kid.
back in my day, I was like, "Go ahead, dumbass, touch the stove, touch the stove, and see what happens." It's like, what?
Exactly. Not gonna do that again.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
gonna do
never
that
gonna
again.
touch it.
What did you learn?
I got a good Kevin Gates clip we could play here talking about
Kevin
that.
Kevin Gates, everybody's
Kevin
born
Gates.
favorite.
All right, we
That's
ready?
my guy.
People tend to
You know
say
what?
he's Michael Jackson
do you know why?
reincarnated.
Do you know why Kevin Gates' diamonds really shine?
Why?
All his diamonds shine because they really diamonds.
It's because they really
Listen to
diamonds,
You
Christian.
spare the rod, you spoil the child. I just whooped my son the other day for interrupting us while we was doing prayer. You not about to disrespect nothing.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, why you whooping y'all? I'm gonna beat my son ass.
Yeah, right.
You know why? Because if I don't whoop his ass in the house, when he get out there, the police gonna blow his little brains out and they gonna be picking him up off the ground. So I'm gonna whoop his ass. He 1.5. He about to be 2. So I discipline my children.
What?
You know,
He's 1.5.
but I discipline both of them because they will respect you. They don't have to say yes. sir,
Far
sir.
be it from me to
That-
disagree with
Kevin's
Dr.
like, oh,
Umar.
That was a twist ending. I didn't.
Yeah.
I was a picture like a 7, 8-year-old.
Yeah, you always gotta expect a twist with Kevin Gates.
Motherfucker can't even
He's
walk.
one.
He's like, he barely walking.
Like, what'd he do?
Did he
Fucking-
crawl in the room? And
He asked for a
interrupted
bottle.
us.
Like, he was like,
Look at the first
He had
comment.
the audacity to shit his britches
first
while I was in the middle of a
First
sentence.
comment.
what's the first comment say?
It says, "Dad, you gonna learn today?"
He said his first word. What?
I know 1.5 about to be 2.
Oh my God!
That's
Why, and
funny.
also, why is Kevin Gates dressed like the Honorable Minister Kevin Gates talking about? Like, what the fuck,
Yeah, that's
man?
Muslim Kevin Gates.
Oh,
right there.
man.
That's
I
funny.
love Kevin
He's,
Gates.
you know what? He's got a lot of like things that make sense that he says,
yeah.
but then it like it catches you.
Yeah.
He's 1.5, about
Yeah.
to be 2. What?
I can't. Yeah.
You
It's
had
hard
me
to-
until you said that.
He is the
right?
king of that meme. He's the
Yeah,
king of that.
for
Had us in the
sure.
first half there. They had us in the first half.
Like-
Yeah. It's like, you know what? Kevin's making a good. And then that's when I had to strike the 7-week-old.
Yeah,
Kevin, how do you strike a
Motherfucker
1-year-old?
crawled in the room. You interrupting? I'm talking here.
The baby's bones are still jelly.
They take their prayer seriously. Though.
Yeah,
You
true.
know? Yes.
Yeah, right. If it was prayer time.
Yeah.
Is that well, the child learned. The child learned. I suppose. We should maybe call child services. I don't know. Kevin, like, what are we doing here, man? How funny would it be
funny.
like if there's actually like another 10 seconds and it's nah, I'm just kidding. My kid's really 9, and Christian just set him up for all the failure.
Yeah.
No, that's
It's
the clip.
That's the clip, huh?
That's the clip.
1.5,
Gates.
2 years old. Oh man,
He's good.
yeah. I think. I don't know. I think there's
Yeah, I
other
feel like you
ways.
wait for the kid to turn like 4.
1.5. Like
Yeah.
no, like my
Yeah.
my niece just had a daughter and she just turned 1.
Mm-hmm.
She can't fucking walk. I mean, she's not walking yet.
Yeah.
She's not speaking yet. Like, what type of interruption is a 1-year-old doing? Like,
You just stand there like.
yeah, like they can't even move their fingers like that yet. You know, they're just like I'm really confused by that. Like they
Yeah, it's a
woke up
little
from
extreme.
a nap.
Yeah.
Like and you beat your son from
Yeah.
waking up, being hungry.
Yeah,
Like
Casey Anthony's like, this motherfucker's spitting. Casey Anthony's like, roll it back again. Listen to him. It's like you can't even go out to the club anymore with this little 1-year-old crying
I
all
love
night.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought OJ and Casey Anthony should have got together.
OJ, I saw OJ on his birthday when we were.
He's out and about down here all the time.
This was in Vegas. I fought. I think it was my Jamie Merlarkey fight because Chase Sherman fought with us.
Chase.
And like we're at some little like place. The Vanilla Gorilla. I was gonna say you guys might want to fight about that name.
Nah, I'm messing around.
I think they partnered up on Monday Kickboxing.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if
Yeah,
Gerard wants to do that.
No, he put it on me pretty good.
Yeah.
So you just be Honky Kong. Stick with Honky Kong,
I'm
man.
Honky Kong, yeah. He is a vanilla gorilla, though, isn't he? He moves fast for that size, boy.
he's a guy.
Yeah.
But he was out for like a little like weigh-in dinner, and I went out and fucking OJ is sitting here right in front of us at the table with a bunch of white girls. I'm like, man, didn't these fucking bitches learn the lesson the first time you
They love him, bro.
They love him.
They
Everybody
love
is walking
OJ.
about him, love him.
Oh, it's the
So I'm
perfect.
like, I gotta send him a glass of orange juice for his birthday. I bet he'll get a kick out of that. He loved it.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought it was a good one.
Hell yeah.
That's the
Hell
ultimate.
yeah, OJ.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
ultimate. I can change him.
Yeah.
I can change
Yeah.
him.
He just
It's like,
never met me yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, OJ, if you can pull this up, Christian, OJ was just complaining on Twitter about Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs was
Oh, the guy who
sentenced-
just got in the car accident?
Did you see that? Henry
Yeah, he
Ruggs?
got locked up 2 years, right?
Yeah, and OJ's complaining about that he got 9 years from the same court. And
For the memorabilia.
yes.
They were making an example out of him. They thought he didn't get the justice from the first one.
correct, but the comments were really hilarious.
Yeah, I
They're
bet.
like, OJ, just sit one of these out, bud.
Yeah.
Just sit one of them out, man.
He's still untouchable, man. He's out
That
frolicking.
Henry Ruggs thing is really, really sad. Like who he killed, and like it's very, very, very sad. Man.
Had him on my
Here we go.
fantasy
Here we
team.
go.
Now, I know I went to college on a football scholarship,
Looks high.
but somehow this
he's
math
always
is
drunk and
not adding up to me. You're driving a car at roughly 160 miles.
He hangs out at
an
YOLO
hour
all the time.
Yeah.
on a public street and end up killing a girl and her dog,
I was just a
and you
football
get
player.
3 to 10 years.
Yeah.
You go
He was
to
a
a
Raider.
hotel room
Vegas.
that you're invited to retrieve your own personal stolen property I now have because it was ruled to be mine by the state of California.
Patty.
And you get 9 to 33 years. Same courthouse, same city, same state. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely.
How it just
It definitely
Yeah.
has
not
nothing to do with
add up to
the
me.
previous
Yeah.
thing.
The
OJ.
Justice
I'm
Department's
just-
definitely done wrong by OJ Simpson. I think we can all agree on that.
How many of that 9 to 30 did he do?
I think like 7.
Like
I think.
years?
Did he do all 7
or
years?
7 months?
I thought he did 7 years. Can you check that, Christian?
OJ
I could
did
be wrong.
7 years for
Nah,
real?
man, OJ didn't do no 7 years. No way.
Wow.
Look that up.
Wow.
He did a while.
I thought they sentenced him and he got out like how Cosby got out. Just went in and came back out.
No, well, Cosby,
much,
I think
right?
he.
33 years, was convicted, sentenced to 33 years imprisonment with minimum of 9 years without parole. He served his sentence at Lovelock Correctional Center, Nevada.
How many years he do?
9 years.
He didn't do.
fucking
Did he do
did a
9
full
years?
9 years before being released in 2017.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
All right.
Damn, time goes fucking like.
And crazy
I
that
guess-
Arnold Schwarzenegger flamed him in his new documentary. They were like,
Flamed OJ?
Yeah, because they wanted OJ to be the Terminator. But James Cameron decided that he didn't look violent enough.
They can make him look violent enough.
No, because like he was like a comedic actor. OJ was a great actor.
Yeah.
He was
OJ
good.
had some career
he
going.
Played, what did he play in?
He was with
Naked Gun.
Yeah,
right?
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
God, they don't make movies like that anymore.
Nah,
Those
they
Naked
can't.
Guns are so great,
They
man.
can't. I was watching Austin Powers not too long ago. They can't even make those
No,
anymore.
hell
way.
no.
No
Hell
shot.
That's crazy.
Tropic Thunder,
Nah.
done.
Thank God that
And
those
that
guys
was
at
even
least.
newer.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the newest
yeah.
example I could think of.
That's still
of
got to
that,
be almost 15 years old, I bet.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's got to be. It's
See?
got to
Yeah,
be.
it was old, but that's like the newer one. That was probably like at the cutoff line.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
anything after that, I think was.
Talking about going full retard and shit.
Yeah,
Like, you
for
can't-
sure.
you can't- Yeah.
Yeah, what you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people? Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the American Pies they couldn't make anymore.
Nope.
Like, it's just been.
Yeah, no, it's ruined. It's ruined. Hollywood, like,
I think it's gonna come back though.
I
I think it's gonna. You don't think so? You think it's like this forever? You think the
Everybody's-
wokeness won?
Everybody, yeah, of course they won.
I think
Everybody's just too scared.
I think
to
we're gonna
do
make a
anything.
comeback.
Gonna
I
make
think
a
we're gonna
comeback.
make a comeback. I think
hope
there's gonna be a
so.
rubber band effect. They've been stretching us so far this way that eventually that's just gonna and come back the other way. I do believe that. I
Really?
don't know. Yeah, I think in the next, I bet in the next 10 years or less.
It's a long time.
What you have a different perspective than we do. What's your thought on the whole kind of like woke thing over the last 20 years or so?
I mean, I think it's highly like annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like understand like everybody just being so like sensitive. Like, of course, like we didn't grow up that way. I mean, I'm 37. Like, I'm starting to feel fucking old when I say shit like that.
Same.
So, like, we didn't grow up that way, but like, you say what you say. You make a little joke about it. If it's serious, it's serious. Like, oh well. Like, it's like at the end of the day, it's really not that serious. And
What happened if you don't like what I said? Make my mouth bleed.
yeah.
You know.
Now if you don't like what
You
I
can't hit
said,
anyone. You can't.
I'm,
like you said
I'm
before.
getting like sued.
Yeah, or you're getting canceled.
Or
you know,
fined, or you'll never hear from that person again. Like, it's careers are being over with just because people are speaking their
sure.
mind,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
they're slowly taking away that that right for us to speak our mind and say what we want.
freedom of speech. Yeah, everyone. No, you can't have. There's certain opinions you're not allowed to have
Yeah,
anymore.
so like, what happened to freedom of speech? Like,
Yeah.
Well, one of the most dystopian things I've ever heard is the new CEO of X, formerly Twitter, Linda Yaccarino, a WEF acolyte, says you have freedom of speech, not freedom of reach, which is like the most ridiculous thing. It's like you can say whatever you want to say as long as you agree to say it inside the
Yeah.
closet.
Say it
and
quiet.
and
oh, that's the reach thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So not freedom of speech. You have freedom of speech, not freedom of reach. Okay, that's not freedom of speech. That's censorship.
Don't record me then.
Yeah.
You know, it's like-
And I'm the same age as you, and I think there's two things about it that drive me out of my mind. It's one, getting offended on behalf of somebody else, right? If I say something and somebody's like, you can't say that, and you're like, well, why not? Well, that's offensive. To who? Are you offended? Well, if somebody heard you say it, well, let them fucking tell me.
Yeah.
It was the whole thing with the Washington Redskins. Now there's a petition from Native Americans. It's got 100,000 signatures. It's like, we want the name back. It was a better name.
'Cause
we
we were never
liked rooting
offended.
for it. It was
Yeah.
never us. It
Yeah.
was white women in D.C. that were like, I can't stand looking at these jerseys any longer. This is offensive to me at brunch. It's fucking shut up. Shut up. Nobody cares. They got rid of the Indians and called them the Guardians. Everybody
That's
loves
so
Chief
funny.
Yeah, the
Literally
Guardians.
yesterday, my friend, he's
Makes no
black
sense.
Native American. He was like, yeah, they'll always be the Redskins to me.
It's a cool
Like,
name.
you know what I mean? Like,
the Redskins.
It's also non-athletes. Like, do you think we are calling and cheering for these people because we don't like it? Like, do you think every time we say something, we're making fun of? Like, when
can
we
you still do the brave thing?
No, they don't do the Tom Hook
that shit
chop
anymore?
And
anymore.
is that really offensive?
It's
like-
a rally cry.
Redskins offensive? Like, I didn't think that was an offensive word.
Maybe back in the day.
They've weaponized our
empathy.
empathy. They've
Weaponized
used it
our
against us. It's
empathy.
nice that we're empathetic and sympathize for other people, but they've taken it way too fucking
Yeah.
far. And
And my
holding it
theory,
against
my
us.
theory on that, and it comes back to that Robert Kiyosaki quote, is respect is hard to gain. It takes years to gain somebody's respect. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort to be somebody that other men look at and go, wow, that's a man worthy of respect. Empathy is instant. It's the broken wing theory. Oh, I'm hurt. And every woman's like, oh, I'll save you. I'll hurt. Come on over here. Now, like
that victim mentality.
Because you get that immediate gratification. You get the immediate gratification.
Turning everybody to women.
Yeah. So you get a
All
situation.
the boys want to be women. It's fucking crazy.
Well, you get a situation when we were growing up, right? Even if you did offend me, I had to do everything in my power to let you know that you didn't offend me.
Right? Or you're going to keep pushing that button.
Or if you did offend me, we'll go fight, and then that'll be it.
Yeah.
It's over with. Like,
Settled.
it's done. Like, it's settled. I bet you won't say that shit again. Like,
We had
100%.
We had an entire catalog of comebacks at the ready. Bite me, eat my shorts, suck it, blow me. Hey, right here. I got your fucking right here. When was the last time you saw any of these? Heard any of these?
thing, right?
Yeah. Hey, what's up with your fat ass? Why was your fat ass late? Because I was fucking your mom. That's why. You move on. Now, how dare he body
Can't say, hey, you
me?
fat ass, you're late. It's like,
What in the name of Lizzo is going on here? How
can't
dare
work in
he?
this atmosphere.
Yeah, and dude, the way that we talked with our best friends. You talked about like you can't make an Austin Powers movie anymore.
Yeah.
If anybody can go back in time and sit in our football locker room and hear how we
You're all
talk to each other,
canceled.
Yeah,
best
everybody's
friends,
canceled.
You're all done.
forget it. I still have a guy on my phone, Eric the Jew. He was different than Eric.
Yeah.
How did you differentiate the two of them? Well, that Eric's a Jew, so he's Eric the Jew. Is that a negative thing? Is that that's just who he is?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. These people were like, I remember one person was like, how would you like it if somebody misgendered you? Because I was doing a bit about pronouns, and I was like, misgendered me.
Fucking laugh at him.
Somebody
You stupid?
misgendered me.
Like,
Well, that would be
do I
impossible.
look like a fucking woman? Like,
Yeah. My high school football coach called me baloney tits in front of the whole fucking team. I was one of the best players on the field. I think I'd be all right if you got my pronouns wrong. All right, I think I'll survive. Fucking.
misgender. That's the thing too. You can't say anything about any of that world because they'll get you like immediately.
Yeah. Oh my
They
god.
grouped up together. Like, I don't get it.
I can't wait to see what MMA looks like in 15 years, where you have to like ask for consent before each strike. Okay, hook coming. Do you consent? Yeah, no. Like it's fucking. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like what? Again, I think one of the reasons why your sport is growing in leaps and bounds like it is because it's like the last holdout where men can be unashamedly men. It's the last holdout where it's like, all right, go have your words, go say what you got to say, figure it out, and then, may the best man win. And it's none of the other bullshit. There's none of the fucking, well, this guy's taller,
not
so
as
he has to
corporate
fight on
and
his
woke.
knees.
I mean, in
like,
other ways, you can also like identify as a woman, and you should be able to do women's MMA.
nah, you think so?
By their rules, he's saying.
By their fucking rules.
Is that right?
I
mean,
identify
Fallon
as
Fox,
a
right?
woman. Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean,
But that was even before it got like popular.
Before it got crazy,
Yeah,
yeah.
before it got crazy, she was doing it. But now it's crazy. So now it's like, oh, okay, well, can you like stop me? It's like I identify as a woman. Like,
Yeah.
do women's sports. Like,
I tell you what,
I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that.
somebody try it.
there's
at
not enough
least,
money in
right?
it yet.
Yeah.
Let them keep fighting for more money, and then eventually it'll be like, you know what? I'll play some football.
If Christian's gonna enter
play
the
some-
fucking
I'll play some
135
women's
female
softball.
division.
Yeah,
I could
absolutely.
not make 135.
No?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
try
Never
hard.
cut- I've
If
never
the
cut
money
weight.
if the money was right, I bet
Yeah.
you got
I mean,
50, you
could
got
you
15
imagine?
pounds of curls on top of your head right now.
It's true.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, you could imagine. There was just a power lifter in Canada. You can pull this up. Set the new Canadian world deadlift record for women.
And it's a man.
She's
on
been a
bunch
woman
of
for like
steroids.
4 weeks. Yeah. And the funniest part
Still
about
got
it,
his nuts. He's
I thi- that's-
deadlifting
and
800
that
pounds.
wasn't what I was
The
gonna
worst
say.
part is-
If you
Yeah.
want to be a woman, you gotta chop your
He's
nuts
still got
off.
his nuts.
You
He's
gotta
out here
chop. You gotta
deadlifting.
chop your dick and balls have to come off.
gotta go.
They gotta go.
You know what?
Then I might be like, okay, I believe
made-
you now.
Commitment
You
to
made
the
the
bit.
sacrifice.
You-
yeah,
yeah,
you committed.
exactly.
You
You
went
gotta commit.
full
You
commitment.
went-
Yeah, you went.
Yep.
You went full woman.
Can
You went
imagine?
full woman. Yeah, you went. Okay. You went.
Never go full woman.
Yeah.
So you went full woman.
You went
never go full woman.
Yeah, you won. All right. I understand.
Uh-oh.
Oh my
Here we go.
God.
Yep.
That's G with the wig on.
So here's the funny
Got your
part.
legs, G.
Here's the funny part about this, guys.
They're kind of woman legs a little bit.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, kind of like.
I rep this weight. I rep it. So it's like
He's got his hair dyed. Oh, I'm sorry, she.
Don't
Yeah.
misgender.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
sorry.
misgender
I'm
it.
sorry.
I mean she. I mean her.
she almost blew her Adam's apple on that lift. Fucking. What was the weight on that? What was the weight on that?
115 pounds? No, I'm just kidding.
You almost had because it didn't look that much.
No,
on
I
there.
I honestly think it was only like 450 pounds, right? I think it was only 450.
Let me see.
This is our
597 kg, which
kilograms.
could
So
be
about 1,000 pounds.
What?
Yeah,
Is that 1,000 pounds?
it's times 2.
You read that, G? Wow.
Yeah,
It wasn't 597 kilograms. Get out of here.
Yeah, you
Oh no,
times.
wait. No, that's the total powerlifting score.
Yeah,
My
what are you
bad.
talking about?
I'm like, yeah, because you times
It
it
was
by
200
2.
kg.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
200K, so it's about 500
That's like
pounds.
that's what fucking Eddie Hall does. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, so it's about 450, 500 pounds probably.
I think it was 450.
200 kg, it says.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
four. It's
Yeah.
four. It's like 405.
Like 420 or some
Yeah,
shit.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Come
nothing.
on.
I could do that.
I mean, yeah,
Come
I can
on.
do that too. Like,
Friend of the program, Zuby. It's time for you to get back on it. Zuby,
So
your world record's been beaten, Zuby.
and
Your world
and
record's
she's
been
getting
beaten.
like paid and like
Sponsorships
like,
for
what,
sure.
Like what happens when they fucking put? I can't even like I don't even know how to say it because like what happens if one of them go to like one of them like if they put them in Cheerios box like you know like back in the old school
Definitely not
days,
Honey Nut
like,
Cheerios.
like the Olympic champ and then what does that do to kids now like?
Well, there's something to it. There's definitely something to it because we talked about this in our last episode. Brown University, one of the Ivy Leagues, almost 40% of the undergraduate population identifies as part of the LGBTQ, or as we like to say around here, the Roy G. Biv community. And that's a great thing if they actually are part of the community and they feel
God
open.
bless.
And they feel open and they feel like, they're able to self-identify. That's great. But if it's like a stolen valor thing where they're just like, this is what it takes to be one of the cool kids on a elitist liberal campus now, it's like, now we're working in the wrong direction. Harvey Weinstein made women suck dick to get in fucking...
Trying to see
get
where
in
you're going to
movies.
connect this here. I'm not
Harvey
sure.
Weinstein made women suck dick to get into movies, and he's in jail forever now, rightfully so.
Killed himself,
Right?
didn't he?
So you're saying now they're
Didn't he kill
making
himself?
Now they're making fucking kids
have to
suck dick to get into Roy G. Biv's. And they
get into
nothing.
college?
They get nothing. They get nothing but a sticky T-shirt. It's a raw deal, is what it is. All right. Identify as whatever you are, guys. Go for it. God bless. But the manipulation is, I think, what we're
Right, they're
concerned
letting
about.
kids-
We're
they're
concerned
letting
about the
kids
manipulation.
transition now. I heard like the transition date was like 5 or 6 years old or some shit. Like what in the?
Yeah, it's just
I'm
crazy.
sorry, but like if I'm like I don't. I mean,
Would
can't
you
fucking
fight-
I can't be canceled.
Would
so-
you fight a woman?
Fuck you gotta
Let him,
cancel.
let him finish.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go.
I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, like I just
5
can't
years
see
old.
my 3-4-year-old son wanting to be a girl. Like I come in the house and he's got like a wig on and walk around and my wife's like heels and like no, like that shit like it won't be like a full discipline thing, but yeah, we're gonna have to sit down and have a talk. Like
Well, even
I'm not gonna
talk.
berate you, but like this isn't how shit's done.
Yeah, you're not gonna be like, all right, here, let's get you the pills and get you the,
Fuck
you know what I
no.
mean?
Correct.
Like
Hell
that.
no,
That's
no.
yeah, like there's so much things kids
Get your
can't
pants over,
do.
go to the strip club.
That might be the worst idea because he could be like, "Wow, look how good they look in those heels. Look at all the attention they're getting." Oh no! I made a mistake.
Yeah,
This was a
goddamn it.
mistake. Yeah.
You think about the things that kids can't do. You know what I mean?
I thought it was
Like,
a Ghostbuster at
but now
5.
they're like, pushing, yeah. Kid wants to be a superhero.
Imagine I wanted to be Daryl Strawberry when I was 5 years old. Imagine if my dad had my fucking body tattooed mahogany. Like, I just want my son to be happy. Like, what the fuck? Who are these monsters doing this to children? Like, doesn't make any sense.
Ah, it's fucked up.
And even worse, Charlize Therons of the world, where they're fucking transitioning adopted babies. It's not even their kids. It's like they adopt a kid from Africa and they're
Yeah, it's like trendy to have.
yeah, it's a trophy. It's like an LA trophy. It's like
Yeah.
it used to be cool to have a black baby. Now my black baby's a she.
Yeah.
Hey, aren't I cool? Aren't I cool now? It's fucked up. It's craziness that you would even do this to a 7-year-old. Imagine, just take it from a
all the
different
regrets
perspective.
that kids have talked about, where they're, even if they've done it at like 16, 17, 18, and then a few years later, they're talking about how much they regret
It's
doing it.
irreversible,
Yeah,
man.
it's like they.
Yeah, you can't.
Puberty's hard on everybody.
And imagine what they're gonna go through in high school. I mean, I guess now they probably won't. Nowadays, they probably won't go through much of anything at high school. But imagine if back in my high school, like, no, like, I don't even think they make it past first period.
All you need to know is
No, like it wouldn't. Like it'd be just so many like jokes and shit talking. And I knew kids back in my high school. I mean, like I wouldn't bully by any means, but like some of these motherfuckers are just like nasty.
the suicide rate's almost 50%. That's really all you need to know. It's
With-
almost
with-
50%.
of trans
Yes,
people.
it's almost 50%. They have a tough road. They have a tough road to hoe. What is going on here?
Oh man! Oh, we got a treat for G.
That hot.
This is a man. It's
see how
dripping.
hot- You see how
It's
hot it
dripping
is?
like a motherfucker. You brought.
What do we got going on here?
This is a segment we do.
Would you like some?
You're like first lick.
So now
That's a first.
Nat is our resident LGBTQ.
He doesn't usually share.
Do I? Am I gay if I lick this now? Because
That wasn't gay. Good thing you did it that way.
Deep throated that motherfucker.
am I popular yet? Hollywood.
Sit on the cone.
Do the video, the TikTok video. Come on, G.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go.
Oh, ice cream, good. Yum. Ice cream, good. So spicy. Ice cream, good. What?
At least you didn't get a Hitler stash.
Stuff on your beard there.
I got moist
Hey.
stuff on my beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is
You
new?
should be so lucky, Nat. You should be so lucky.
Dude, that cone didn't delicious.
That thing's almost gone.
That cone didn't even
Where'd
make it out
that
the
come
first
from,
round, bro.
Is that McDonald's?
That
Is it
cone didn't make
McDonald's?
it out the first round.
It is McDonald's. It is. I did taste it familiar.
This is this has so much sugar in it. It's so much better
Teeth
than
hurt.
other ice cream.
Yeah.
I just took a little lick and my fucking teeth hurt.
Yeah, this is
crazy. Like, jeez.
I think the ice cream machines at McDonald's don't work because they all get diabetes. This is. You want some of this, Mick?
No.
You don't want to smell it?
No.
What are you, queer?
If I licked it, I feel like I'd be pretty queer at this point after watching you fucking deep throat it.
Yeah.
It's ice cream.
Yeah, it's ice cream, buddy. Come on. Anyway. What type of serious discussion were we having?
Yeah, well, whatever. Good job. No, good job, Ben.
Good job, Ben.
So when'd you come down here? You were one of the kind of the founding
Florida.
members
It was
of the Black
OGs
Zillions,
of the
right?
Black Zillions. So, it was right after the Ultimate Fighter. Did a year in Albuquerque, then I came down to sunny Florida.
Well, that was Jackson Wink?
Yeah.
What was that like? Did you like training there?
Yeah, it was cool. It was like before it got like very like popular, but you know, like John was there. That's when Cowboy was just getting into the UFC. Brian Stan is my roommate. I live with Damasio Page. I don't know if you guys know him.
I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's who I roomed with. I went and I stayed at his place. Fucking cool guy, like one of the coolest dudes I ever met. Like,
Yeah.
really, yeah. Dude, so like humble and laid back and just like it is what it was. But
Ben, just throw some coffee on top of this. Make a little affogato.
Wink, that was cool.
Thanks.
It's a cool experience, you know. But
So what brought you from Jackson Wink to South Florida?
I guess like a management change. You know, I was with, Malky and then Glenn. They were partners, and then they kind of split, and then I just kind of like stayed in South Florida. I came down to help Jay-Z, Cavalcante, get ready for a Strikeforce fight. I think he was fighting like Justin Wilcox or some shit. You know, talk about how long ago this was. And, and then ever since that, I just pretty much stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, stayed, did my thing, stayed in the extended stay for like 2 months because I didn't really have any money to get like any like places or anything. And then me and Anthony Johnson finally got a place together. And then I just been stuck here ever since.
The Anthony Johnson Rumble.
Hey, Rumble.
late,
R.I.P.
great.
Rumble.
The late.
Anthony Johnson.
He was fantastic in Warrior. What do you think of the movie Warrior?
I don't think I've seen one.
Have you not seen
Is
it?
that the one with Michael Bisping?
No.
Nah.
No. That's
Who
Tom
was that?
Hardy.
Tom Hardy, right?
Yeah, Nick Nolte.
He made
Joel
me
Edgerton.
watch it.
He's in that?
I don't like watch.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
It's everybody who doesn't fight's like favorite fight movie, and he hated it.
All the you know how those dumbass movies are. You know.
Yeah. I don't like
They're tough, man. Yeah.
Well, maybe you just you've never seen anybody as good as Kurt Angle suplexing somebody across the cage.
He did use some.
Look at that. There he goes.
WWE.
There goes Anthony
Wait a
Johnson.
minute. Have I? Yeah, I did. Andy gets knocked out, doesn't he?
I think he gets choked out by Joel Edgerton. Ooh, the flying knee.
I think I've seen a clip of that. Yeah.
Yeah. There he is.
There's
Nick
Nick
Nolte
Nolte.
was so good in this movie. Nick Nolte might be the only guy to outact Tom Hardy in a movie, but
Is he still alive?
Nick Nolte? Yeah. Still
Mix
going.
him and Gary Busey
That's
up.
the fucking dude that plays the cop in Black Mass.
That's right. Yeah. Joel Edgerton's a great actor. He was fantastic in.
What y'all think
The
of Black
Prince.
Mass?
I love it. I just watched it not too long ago.
I gotta rewatch it. First time I saw it, I was disappointed.
Great movie.
It's a good movie.
I think it's a good movie.
The
gotta
pacing's
rewatch that
a
shit.
little slow. You don't like slow burn
Pacing
movies.
is slow. Yeah, it is real slow.
Yeah, if it Mick likes a little action at the top. A slow burn doesn't pique the interest.
Nah, Inglourious Bastard starts out very slow, but then they also shoot up the floor. I love
It
that
is a
movie.
slow movie.
Love that movie.
Inglorious Bastards, you think starts off slow?
Yeah,
There's a mass murder 6 minutes into the movie.
I know, but those first 6 minutes are dragging, bro. But then when you really watch it, like with from, is this mine? Yeah, didn't you? Oh, thank you. No, I was gonna get a water for Michael. Oh. Fix his teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Do you not want that coffee then?
Now you can have it.
We're this way, bud.
What about the dinner scene in Inglourious Bastards? That's pretty slow too.
Which one?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
The
It's
one where
brilliant
they're all-
dialogue.
But it's great.
Yeah.
The dialogue's great. Any Tarantino dialogue's
And
gonna
also
be-
by that point in the
me get
movie,
the rest of that.
you know some shit's coming, right? So like they've set the expectation where you can have all the patience with him you want because you're about to see some wild shit. You know it.
yeah.
The Michael, who do you think? What do you think? I should say is your favorite UFC moment that you've had so far?
Wait. Can I answer this question first?
Sure.
So I remember when I became a big fan of MJ right here. We were watching him fight Edson Barboza, right? And like I didn't really know who MJ was then.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember, maybe I'd seen him fight once, twice, but I didn't like know like his style and shit. I watched Edson Barboza was the killers, like knocking people out, crazy. Michael walks him down the whole fucking fight, backs his ass up, throwing shots like this. For the audio, you gotta check this. If there's a fight to watch, check this fight out. We just fought like a fucking dog. Like it was an amazing fight. Me and Billy D watched it together, and we were instantly like huge MJ fans. Edson seemed almost unbeatable at this point.
Yeah, this come off a year layoff too.
Look, he's just walking through shit, just backing his ass up. Kind of like wrote the blueprint for, I mean, no one could really do it like you, but you kind of wrote the blueprint for how you had to fight a guy like this.
So I knew this going into it. Me and him used to train with each other, like when we first started, like this.
Oh, no shit.
We used to go up to like they were in Jupiter or somewhere, like with all their guys when they started off, and so we had a little bit of sparring rounds. And then I knew, like, I mean, just from sparring with him, you can't just sit back and get kicked by this.
Nah.
Like you got to get close to him. Like he's gonna pick me apart if I stay on the outside, So that was the game plan for this fight. Just stay in his face and make him fight. And a lot of these guys are like great kickboxers, great Muay Thai boxers. I mean great like jiu-jitsu guys. Very few of them are actually fighters.
What do you mean by that?
Meaning like
Have that dog. in
let's go fight. Let's get that dog. A lot of them are they're competing. Or a lot of them are. It's a
lot of
that's
athletes
different.
nowadays.
Yeah, there's a lot of athletes. There's a lot of competition in there, but it's a kind of a little difference from competing to actually like going in there and just like fighting. Like fuck it, like let's fight. Like I'm not here to like point with you and like trade and go in and that. It's like no, I'll bite down on my mouthpiece and like we're gonna make it a fight. And
Interesting.
I could watch that whole fucking fight right now. I'm like mad as gone. That shit was fucking fire, bro. Check that fight out, people at home.
Well, so you talk about competition. I want to ask you, not to jump out of order, but I wanted to ask you about this. There's a kid. I don't know if you're aware of this. Pat something or other. He's like a 16-year-old, supposed to be like jiu-jitsu phenom. But they're talking about maybe kicking him out of all these tournaments because he keeps breaking people's limbs, and they think he's doing it on purpose. I don't know if you've seen this kid. Have you heard about this kid?
I've seen him.
No, but I'd say if the person doesn't like tap, you're supposed when you compete, that's what you pay your money for.
But well, let's pull up the clip
if you're breaking it after the tap, then it's a fucking problem.
He's like the one guy says he's not giving them the opportunity to tap.
Yeah.
Like he's like
ripping it.
Yeah,
you're supposed to.
All right, well, watch the clip, and then I'd love to get your.
I ain't mad at him.
You're gonna need audio for this. Yeah.
To break people. What are your thoughts on him?
I do think that he's really young. He has a lot of time to definitely make a name in the sport. It's a fine line in competing because the problem is if you don't go to like break the person's limb, if you try to apply it slowly, in that 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds that you're applying the submission, that's when the person can escape. I do think that there is a way to crank on the submission and finish it while still maybe giving the person time to tap. If I could choose between submitting a guy and him tapping or submitting a guy and him being injured and having to get surgery, I would choose to submit him without.
He's the redhead kid.
I think if you could,
he's like
he would prefer
the hair.
to injure them.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, fuck that. We're fighting after we get done rolling.
Because he's a 16-year-old kid. He is beating grown men. There's something to say for that.
Yeah,
hype behind him for that reason.
This young guy who's talented.
I mean, yeah, that can.
What's the kid's name? What's the kid's name?
Yeah, he's 16 and he's going against grown ass men.
Pat Shigoli.
You know, it's
Look, I look at it as that's what you're paying your money to enter these tournaments, right? You get to go hard.
Mm-hmm.
You get to go hard. We're signing up to. They're not throwing strikes, but we're doing combat.
Yep.
Within this rule set. So if you pulling on something in the gym, you go slow. If you're doing that in the gym, fuck you. Yeah. We're beating the shit out of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Got you.
But if you're in a competition, it's
Is that
you
kind
get
of
to do that? That's when you get to do that.
So to understand the mentality, you were talking about that before. Is that the difference between kind of that competition point mentality?
He's not competing. He's fucking there to
break balls,
destroy everybody. Yeah, he's there to fight, and when he's there to break somebody's shit. Looks like
and that's a better mentality for the UFC. Like
anything he does. I mean,
you're going into that's a great mentality. You're going into an IBJJF. You're going into an and now I guess really, if you're thinking about it and that guy it's kind of your fault, right? I mean, like that's your job.
Tap quicker.
It's your job to defend yourself, right?
But if it's after the tap and he's still applying it, then fuck you.
That's what Paul Harris was famous for.
Paul Harris got kicked out for that.
But he got kicked out.
Yeah, whoever if they do it after, they better limp over to him and beat his ass with a pipe.
But a lot of these guys should know. Like if you're in the middle of a situation and like I said, Mickey. If I feel he's finna armbar me and rip my shit out, I'm gonna tap before he even gets like a full armbar on me.
Yeah.
Cause I'll see it, I'll sense that. It's like, oh, okay, you're gonna have that one. Like, I'm not gonna fight it or even like try to, get out of it. Cause I see it already. Like I'm beat, so you just accept being beat.
Is there a certain mentality? I know Nogueira is famous for. He has like a wall-sized. Painting apparently of Frank Mir dislocating his shoulder,
snapping his shoulder, breaking his.
It's a big thing with the Gracies for sure.
It's
it's an honor thing.
But then you're out for a year and a half. You can't make any money.
Man. Yeah.
When that happened though, he was already well off, and he ain't worried about it.
Is that right? Yeah. So he was at a place
kind of
where
that warrior spirit.
Happened,
he was I'm looking to you're gonna have to snap it. You're gonna have to kill.
Pull that up, Chris.
I was there.
You were there with Mir?
I watched it full. I not like with Mir, but I watched I was in the crowd. I watched it. I was like, shit.
I gotta be honest. I'm a Frank Mir stan. I've loved Frank Mir from being a kid, and the way he moved his jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's right. He fought. He was the main event on that Brazil card.
Was he?
Yeah, when I fought Edson.
So yeah, and then this is Mir and Big Nog. You don't see the big guys doing jits much anymore.
You know why he has that mark on his back?
Talking about Big Nog?
Yeah.
Something, didn't he?
He got ran over by a tractor.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
This guy survived.
He's one of the old school.
Oof! Look at those elbows.
This is a great fight, though, too.
Oof. Oh,
yeah, hurt him bad.
And Frank's boxing looked good this fight too.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is when Frank started like boxing and thinking he was a boxer, like when he first started coming on.
Wow.
See, like, what year was this?
This has got to be 10, 15 years ago.
It's fucking crazy. Well,
wow.
I was fighting then, and I was fucking there. Is this in Canada? Is this when John fought Machida? Is that same card?
Some good high-level wrestling here. Or
here it is.
Scrambling.
Right here.
Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
Then he goes to his back, and this is where he finishes.
Oh, boy.
Right on top.
Back over, and then he's like, all right, you're not going to fucking tap.
Oh, my God. Oh, there it goes.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah, that was the same one.
Turn that arm
Same
inside
card?
out.
Yeah.
Turn that arm inside out, man.
Yeah,
That's a fucking scrap right there. Huh?
Do you think the ref should step in before it pops? Like he's
no.
got him? No.
No, he's not tapping.
No, give him a fucking chance, man.
Anybody
You know
chance.
me.
The dude could let go.
No, but if it was up to you, somebody would die every fight. So
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. But give the guy a chance.
Coliseum.
I always say an early stoppage kills me.
Yeah, you give him a chance.
Because that's
Give him a half a second.
Like
or
think
so.
about not Linton's last fight,
yeah.
but the previous fight.
That was crazy.
Linton was hurt. And then you got to see the type of dog Linton is.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get to see what a fighter's made out of after they get hurt.
Yeah.
When they're on their way
you gotta
back.
Give him that little.
That's when you see the beauty in fighting. You know, you get to see a person's heart, see what they're really made of.
If they survive it too, it's a lot of times the guy gasses himself out trying to finish it.
Check Congo Pat Barry.
Bingo.
I was there for that one too. I actually fought that night.
Really?
Yeah, I fought. Can't remember who I fought because fucking Matt Mitrione fought that night too. So we were all fighting on that card.
Did Mitrione? He played for the Jets. Mitrione.
He played pro ball.
Yeah.
I can't remember who he played for. Vikings, maybe.
Do you think football transfers into the cage better than other sports do? The athleticism and the violence of it. If there's any sport that transfers into it, probably.
That's a good question.
Be wrestling be the best sport.
Well, I
sure.
consider this still kind of wrestling.
It's
right?
wrestling's a combat sport.
Other
We'll call
sports. Yeah. Athleticism wise.
Yeah, and used to the contact. You know what I mean? Not afraid of contact. I would say, yeah, if we had to pick, if you had to pick one that
Outside
would
of boxing, outside of
outside of
wrestling.
the combat sports,
Yeah.
I would think football. Yeah,
Probably, yeah. The
soccer
explosiveness.
guys have good footwork, but they don't like getting hit. You know, they get touched, they flop.
Gotcha.
You know,
Yeah.
basketball kind of too.
A lot of football players don't like getting punched either.
Yeah, well,
That's
a lot
the
of
thing,
times because they're big boys and they're not used to. No one wants to challenge them.
Well, there's a
You know what I mean?
mentality difference.
So they get hit in the face for the first time. They're like, "Ooh, that's different."
There's a mentality
Like,
difference
you
in
think
football.
Shaq's ever really been hit? Probably not. Probably hasn't been hit that much in his
I don't
life.
know.
He's
Get
been a big
elbowed, trying to-
motherfucker his
He's
whole
been
life.
banging. He's been
There's
elbowing.
nobody trying to hit Shaq. Like
Except for Charles Barkley.
Dudley.
Charles Barkley
The old Chris Dudley throwing the ball at him on the Knicks. Old Chris Dudley.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like in the 80s, those guys would have been. It would have been nice to see, Rodman and Mahorn and those guys. Again, I'm a big proponent of open weight. You're not going to get
I
these
agree.
6'7",
That's where you get
275
because the
pound guys.
the ones who are like the interior linemen.
Yeah.
Like those bad
They'll fight.
motherfuckers. Oh yeah, they'll throw down. They're fighting every fucking play. They're
I'd love
punching
to
each
see
other.
Warren Sapp.
Oh yeah,
But
man.
Warren Sapp's
imagine
not getting down to 265.
No, hell no. I agree. I would love to see an open weight.
Give me an open
no,
weight.
Why does Derek Lewis need to cut down to 265?
Don't know.
You know what I mean? I don't. I'd love to see these guys just fight at their natural weight. You know what I mean? Sling them big fists at each other.
100%.
Fuck yeah.
100. I mean, that's I think you'd get so many more big boys because football. You talked about earlier. You were 200 pounds. Football. Your entire training regimen is how can I get bigger?
You want to be big,
not smaller. How can I get bigger, faster, stronger? So you're going to get some of these guys. I mean, you're talking about somebody like Javon Curse back in the day, who's 285 pounds, but has a six-pack and doing backflips.
Dudes who are 300 pounds and run a fucking 4.8.
He's a friend of mine, brother. Dude eats nothing but like fucking Burger King and McDonald's.
Oh, he's one of those?
Shit. Javon Curse, bro.
The
He's like,
freak,
bro, that's
baby.
and that's what he was saying. He said,
And
"This
you're
is
telling
what
me
I was
need
eating."
to go on a diet.
And he's like, yeah, I just eat that. I'm like, what the? I'm looking at him like, how the fuck did you eat all that? But I mean, it's just he eats it and then he's just going to lift for 2 hours and then going to play football and it's all just turning into
calories in,
muscle,
calories
and
out.
he's just
Chad
huge,
Johnson was like that. I mean, he wasn't as big as Javon Curse, but he had a shit diet too.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people are just fucking genetically gifted.
But ready to rock. I mean,
I bet they'd be better if they ate better shit. They could be even better.
Or would they be worse?
There's a
well, I would guess better.
So it's a very interesting thing. What was it? Generation Iron, where they did they followed Ronnie Coleman, and Ronnie Coleman didn't drink for years. He was so disciplined, and he was losing. And then there was something about his muscles needed to relax. They were too flat, so he started drinking vodka, like the days before.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I again, a lot of this stuff is just like, who fucking knows, man?
Yeah.
You're like, who knows, man?
John
you just
Jones
don't know.
is the greatest in the game. And
he lives clean. Clean living.
Very clean living.
Clean living. Say your prayers. Eat your vitamins.
He's a fucking little partier. I don't know how much now, but.
Yeah, back in the day, he was throwing down, huh?
That's the greatest.
But he's fucking touchable, you know, like damn, he does this, then he goes and puts Shogun to sleep. Or, you know, and wins the fucking title.
Greatest line of all time.
You know, it's like,
I beat you after a night of cocaine.
I was at that press conference. I was fucking dying. Like, I was in the back because it was me and Gaethje on the press conference, too. Like, all of us were together, and I was just dying laughing. People were like, look at Mike at the back. I go, yeah, it's fucking hilarious because I was thinking the exact same thing right before he said it. He was like, he's doing all this, and he's been partying last weekend.
Is that weird?
Going back to G's question, what was your favorite UFC moment? I know I answered with one of my favorite my first favorite Michael Johnson one. I know we got the Poirier fight, the Gaethje fight was bananas. Fought Khabib.
And you know, I don't even think it was any of those, man. I think it was my first fight after the Ultimate Fighter. Just like one of those things where it's like, all right, like I'm kind of like here now. You know, like. I went through the Ultimate Fighter, and believe this, I got second on the Ultimate Fighter. I didn't think I was gonna get re-signed. I didn't think they were gonna sign me, cause like it was a big just a wait, just like a wait and a wait. I'm like, what the fuck's the holdup for? Like I got second, and I feel like the dude fucking kind of cheated in the third round, and you know I still got it.
I don't remember that story.
It was Brookins.
Jonathan Brookins.
Yeah, we were in a situation, and I reversed him off my back, and I go to get my takedown. And the motherfucker got in the cage.
I do remember that a little.
Like horizontal, and like I'm dog tired, so I didn't even look. I just like tried to lift and was like, fuck. And then I rewatched the tape, and I'm like, this motherfucker should have got a point taken away. Because if he hadn't grabbed that fence, you know, I end up getting that takedown and I win because I finished the fight on top. You know, I went 2 rounds to 1 at that point. You know, that's how I feel. But that's either here or there. But you know, that first moment, I fought it in Pittsburgh, fought it right there. We did the Steelers. Tomlin was there. I came out with the terrible towel and fucking riled up the whole crowd and everything. And went in there and got a first round knockout, and it was so I was like, fuck
was that when Charlie Brenneman fought Rick Story?
I was like, motherfuckers, they gonna tell me shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm here. I was like, yep, motherfuckers, okay, you guys got a lot to worry about now.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Don't worry.
You got that first UFC check, and you were like, yeah.
Yep, spent
Easy street. Weeks. Easy street.
Yeah, it was fucking gone, and I'm like, all right, I need to fight again. That little fucking 20, 30,000 ain't going much, you know?
Yeah.
At that point, you got so much shit and bills and coaches. And
yeah, we get it, and we're like, this is gonna be like this all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep fighting, keep getting money, and keep fighting, keep getting money.
Barry versus Congo, UFC on versus 4.
Barry versus Congo, and was the
card.
Yeah, that was the card. Now that wasn't Rick Story and Charlie Brenneman. They were on that. I remember watching that shit too. So I was training with Charlie Brenneman. He went up for Rick Story, was supposed to lose and ended up beating him.
Yeah.
Really?
I remember that one now.
Matt Brown,
card too.
Matt Mitrione.
Yeah. Because I remember I was in the stands and I'm thinking my knockout was kind of pretty fucking dope. Maybe I'll get a bonus. And then Matt gets a knockout. And I'm like, fuck.
Are you trying to get the crowd to like boo? Boo!
Yeah, I'm like,
that wasn't that good. That wasn't that good.
Lame knockout.
Yeah. And then me and Matt argued about our knockouts, watching Chuck Congo and Pat Barry, and then all of a sudden that shit like, just went like, we both wind up, it's up, our shit's gone. Like, don't worry. Like, both of them are gonna get it.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Nick Lentz versus Oliveira was also on this card.
Damn, was
the illegal knee.
Nick Lentz, another kill cliff.
It was a no contest.
Coach Carney.
Yeah.
Speaking of big time cards, guys. It is time. It is time for.
Wait, I got one more MJ clip we gotta play.
All right.
Him versus the BMF runner up. Was that him in that Poirier fight? And also before we do mixed picks. BMF. Yeah, you fought both the BMFs. You're fighting with Gaethje.
John McCarthy got in the fucking way of that. Cause I went down and he was all in my fucking ear when Gaethje was on me. He's like, I'm gonna stop the fight. I'm gonna stop the fight. Move. So I went.
You had like 10 seconds left in the round.
Like 10 seconds. I went down like
to
this,
move.
and he fucking stopped it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? At least make him beat on me. Like he punches me, I grab a leg and I hold on for 10 seconds. Like that gets
you were
another
aware
third
of the time
round.
and you knew. Yeah, we had one more to go. That was a fucking. That was Gaethje's first fight in the UFC, and you guys headlined it, right?
Yeah. I was like, motherfucker.
There were some guys I've talked to that said at the end of his UFC tenure, Big John McCarthy wanted to be a little bit too much part of the show.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, after that fight, I saw him and Gaethje tweeting each other and shit. Like, Gaethje, oh my God, I can't wait for you to, like, ref my fight or something. And Big John's tweeting him back. So I'm like, this motherfucker. I'm like, he had it out for me, bro. He, like, jumping in the middle of it. And then he didn't even, and then there was one point where he's fucking leg kicking me and I kind of go down to, like, rest a little bit. And Big John's like, get up, get up. I'm like, can I get like a fucking second? Like, make him come up. Like, make him come down here. Like, what do you mean?
Damn.
Wow.
I got the Poirier fight right here.
What's it like having Big John in your corner? Was that cool or being in your corner?
I know, right? And going into me. It's the first big one. So Dustin did this shit to himself.
What do you mean?
Because I thought we were kind of cool before this fight, and then he started talking a bunch of shit.
The diamond.
Yeah, so I feel like I beat both of them.
That's a mean strike. Doink. Doink.
Dan loses his shoe. That was a big thing, too. His shoe came off, and he was trying to get me off of him.
That Big Dan?
Yeah, his shoe came off. He's got this big hole, and he's got this huge hole in his sock.
Wow. Oof.
Damn.
Your boy Sharp, he's sharp.
Hey, before we do mixed picks, I want to talk about Michael's new podcast. Right? We don't have a name for it yet. Maybe we can come up with some ideas.
Not a few
We're thinking it's gonna be him doing it kind of Chael Sonnen style, monologuing. Just flame. We should get him to give a little taste and flame some motherfuckers before we let him go from here too. But I'll start off first. Maybe call it Michael Johnson Thriller.
Michael Johnson Thriller. I like it. Yeah.
What do you got, G? Come on, this is your wheelhouse, bro.
Like Menace Madness. See, I had the Cage Minds one. That's another one, but
I liked Uncancelable. Let's go. Let's run with that.
Uncancelable's kind of good.
Uncancelable, yeah.
Because I say I can't get canceled. You can't cancel
Uncancelable's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Fuck you gotta cancel.
Can't get canceled. Starring Michael Johnson. Can't get canceled. Yeah.
Can't get canceled.
Shit. Can't get canceled.
I told you. I knew it was a good idea. I knew it was a good idea, right?
Yeah. Get a whole chain. Get a whole chain. Can't get canceled.
Can't get canceled.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's almost like
that.
I like it because it's a threat. You'll get so many people just listening to you
that's the thing.
trying to cancel you.
They're gonna try and pick you apart, but that's what you fucking want anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? All your shit's gonna go viral. Yeah.
Come on.
There we go.
What type of shit was Dustin Poirier talking though? What was he talking?
Nah, he was just talking like shit about me not being like as good and I wasn't like cool and all this shit and like he's fucking this dude and that dude and like just saying wild shit like he was like against me all of a sudden. I'm like, no, dude, like thought we were like cool, like we're just fighting. Like you don't have to get like angry to fight me. You try to talk yourself into it.
Do you think some guys have to do that? They got to kind of like get themselves in like a mental place where there's like a purpose behind it.
Yeah, I do, and I think when guys fight angry, they make mistakes. But I like that. Like if somebody starts talking shit, like I loved it. Like I was like, oh yeah, keep going. Like keep on and keep running your mouth. Even with the DeCasey kid that I fought, like he was running his mouth a lot at the weigh-ins, and I'm like, I feed off of that. It's like if they're like quiet and not really talking, then it's like It's like, all right, we'll fight. It's
A
like,
fellow,
whatever,
a fellow Black Zillion of yours. I'm sure you know this as a big fan of the show here. Rashad Evans sat there and said something very similar, that he wanted to get his opponents angry because they make mistakes when they're angry.
Yeah.
So he would try to figure out ways to get under their skin.
Because now they gotta back up a lot. They gotta back up them talking shit, and it's like, oh, now they just can't come in and fight. They're thinking about a lot of shit now. Because now you're losing to the dude that you were just talking shit about. So
there's an embarrassment
yeah,
aspect
so
to
now
it.
you should be embarrassed.
Yeah.
You sound like an idiot, And I've learned that too. I've talked a little shit about Nate Diaz, and I ended up losing that fight. I was like, fuck. Talking all that shit, and I talking all that shit, and just to fucking lose.
Yeah,
like,
now every time you see him now, he's got that little wink in his eye, right?
It's
That
like,
little, what were you saying?
I think, I would also think sometimes people will cash that check to almost make themselves
get committed.
I gotta,
The Sun Tzu thing, put yourself on death's door. That's the idea. Back yourself into a corner because that's where you're most dangerous type of a thing. It probably works. I don't know if you can convince yourself to do it every time, right? Like the human.
I'm gonna call this episode "Coughing with Michael Johnson."
I know, right? Dude, I just fucking coughed for 2 weeks. I've been dealing with the shit.
Menace 19.
Yeah, I ain't sick. No COVID.
We got, but we talked about it with the Navy SEAL, right? Like you can only trick yourself so often.
Sure.
Your body starts rejecting.
Right.
The lies we tell ourselves.
100%.
So if you're not angry, do you really need? It's almost a gimmick, right? You guys train so much, you're so good. Fuck it, just
be authentic as possible.
What the fuck?
Right?
Be you.
Be real.
Well, that's the part of it from an entertainer's perspective. I've never understood. The guys who don't take that 15 minutes in front of the whole world and just present yourself as you are, and let the chips fall where they may. Because then the worst case scenario is that you win and you now gain fame and notoriety for something that you're not. And now you have to keep up this facade. You know what I'm saying? Now you've created a fucking prison for yourself. That you've got to fucking...
Like Kobe. Kobe's not like that in real life.
Facts.
Colby Covington?
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. Kobe's not like that in real life.
But do you think he'd be where he is if he didn't act like that?
Maybe not. I mean, I don't know. He's got the skill, but would he have that little... show he puts on, without that show he might not be as big as he is.
I don't think he would at all. I think it was I think he needed to implement that because his style wasn't sexy at all. You know what I mean?
It's important. It gets the job done, but he needs something else for eyes.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to watch the fight style,
Yeah, but it's got to be weird every time he walks into a room. They're expecting one thing and they get something else.
Yeah.
Well, he's being the hero and all that.
He's like a nice guy.
Really?
Yeah, but he acts like a total prick.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, what he puts out there, he's like a priest. Like, hey, nerds and virgins. He's like,
yeah, he acts like a little nerd. He acts corny and shit, but nah, he's actually a fucking cool
dude.
He's
cool guy.
Dude, stop.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that's Masvidal's point, I would imagine. But,
Man, he might have taken it a little farther.
Maybe. Well, it's,
street rules, man.
Protect yourself at all times, I suppose.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was talking about that with a few people in the gym. I go, that's fucking bitch shit. I would tell them, sucker punch and shit. Nah.
Outside of a steakhouse?
Nah, bro. A lot of people abide by that. I agree. I never sucker punched anyone in my life, but that's a lot of people are like, hey, suckers get sucker punched. That's some street shit,
He's
man.
I'm known for this shit. He's
I'm the sucker punch king.
I'm like, dude, you
That's some people, I don't know why, but you see the knockout game and shit like that. I don't know what the appeal of it is. But that's some street shit, man.
You get fucking killed around where I'm from. You do some shit like that. You're known for it.
Yeah,
I don't think
100%.
When the motherfucker wakes up, he's gonna be looking for you.
Yeah.
Facts.
Square up. What the fuck?
I don't. I don't think anything in my life has ever made me as angry as the first time I saw the knockout game on the internet.
What about dogs getting hurt?
Right there with it.
Yeah,
right there with it. I still hope that cop in Cleveland is dying of a very painful terminal cancer right now. Yeah, he's probably a great guy. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Oh, fuck that motherfucker.
Fuck you. You put 3 into a golden retriever. Fuck is wrong with you?
You shot a golden retriever?
Oh, bro.
My God. Oh my God.
Because it went up to him.
Because it ran up to him. Yeah.
Fucking brutal, bro.
It's ruining my day. Let's talk about punching human beings again.
Yeah, I know, right?
But
we can deal with human beings, dogs, fucking animals. No.
So I know you think a lot of the
seriously.
100%. I feel you.
A golden retriever?
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
So I know you think a lot of the current fighters, you don't dig the current atmosphere so much. You think there's a lot of like athletes and clowns. Is anyone you want to flame to give a little taste of what people can expect on the Menace monologues?
No, not really. You can't put him on blast.
I'm not putting you on blast. I'm putting you on spot to put someone on blast.
It's got to be a premeditated clown.
Okay. You're gonna sit down with G and write some material.
And then it's probably gonna come from like the fight weeks or like or what happened that week or what's kind of popular or like hit. Like what do you call it? The current events.
Trending.
Okay.
Current events. Very good.
So you're gonna kind of give your take on shit that's going on.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm going with. I think then I have a guest or two every now and then.
I love you talk about Chael Sonnen as an archetype. I listen to him all the time. He's fantastic. There's nobody that can stretch a 1-minute story to 16 minutes like Chael fucking Sonnen.
Fucking good.
And he talks shit. He gives his little grin. Like he's cool. Like you just sit back.
Another really nice guy too. I remember when I met him, I was like,
he's overcome a lot. Tough fucking upbringing. He's overcome a lot. Respect.
There was 1 year where his father did not make $100,000. He only had the maid once a week.
Only had the maid once a week. He saw someone spit in the park.
Can you pull that up?
Nobody did anything.
That's just fucking hilarious.
I think I saw that.
That shit was fucking hysterical. Oh, he speaks in iambic pentameter.
Right? He speaks. He does. He speaks in iambic
pentameter. I think he's talking
just
right into the camera. Yeah. He's just monologuing. Yeah, it's fucking hysterical.
We all know that John Jones is the best fighter of all time. We know this about John Jones.
I think he was talking about the Nigueras, where he was like, he's talking to Joe Rogan, and he's like, I saw them try to feed the bus a carrot. And Joe was like, that didn't happen. He was like, it did. Like it was so fucking.
Go ahead, Christian. Go ahead. Yeah, I tried to.
It's a quick clip. There it is.
Through things that somebody like you in your little pearly loft couldn't even relate to. And if you're asking me to share stories with you that are frankly none of your business, maybe I'll give you a couple, and maybe you'll take a little smug look off your face.
Yeah, I love it.
I can date back to when I was 11 years old. I'm minding my own business, and I'm in a park. This guy, stranger to me, takes a piece of gum out of his pocket, he puts his mouth, and he just throws the wrapper on the ground. There was a police officer standing right there. He didn't do anything. And I saw that. I had to see these things at a young age. Sure, somebody came along, somebody picked it up, somebody threw it in the trash can. But for the few moments where that sat on the ground and the law was violated right here in my neighborhood, you look at me, there was years where my father didn't even make $100,000. Barely made $100,000. And sure, we had a maid, but she only came twice a week. What do you think happened the other 5 days? You think those dishes wash themselves?
Oh,
man. Look how he's looking.
He's such a good actor, bro.
He's the man.
He's
birthday, but just one. They had to share that car. They had to share that car. He needs to drive today. You haven't seen the things I've seen. You haven't been down that way. You haven't been to the mean streets of Westland, Oregon.
Brother, he should be in Hollywood. He should be in fucking Hollywood. That's so good.
Funny.
But he is
because he makes it believable. Like, wait a minute,
yeah. Like his little subtleties, his eye movement. He's like, you haven't seen the things I've seen.
Great actor.
He's great.
Great actor.
He's terrific.
And he took both freaking Anderson Silva and John Jones. Took him as far as he could.
Had Anderson beat.
Yeah, had Anderson
was crazy.
Beat him 24 minutes of that fucking fight.
24 minutes and 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That's
got. Lost the last 30. That's gotta. Yeah.
That's gotta.
We gotta do mixed picks.
All right, mixed picks.
Mix
It's the mix and menace picks today.
Mix and menace.
UFC.
So for people that don't know, mixed picks for Deep Sports, Tommy G, what's happening? Mixed picks is shooting over 70% this year, folks. Shooting over 70%. This dude's like Steph Curry.
I don't even
from
pick
35.
Fights. I don't even pick fights.
You don't even pick fights.
I'm not even good at this.
This is not advice.
I'm just guessing.
It's just a guess. So go ahead with
By
this
popular
week's
demand.
mixed picks.
All right. So first we have Karine Silva versus Marina Moroz. I don't know if that's how you say it, but
Marina Moroz. Mike, got anything on this one?
I don't know the other girl. I know Marina. I know
Yeah.
of her, so I'm gonna go with her. Definitely gonna go over, probably. They always do.
Okay. You want to move on?
Fuck it. I'll double down on with the Menace's pick. Let's go.
Okay.
I think she's been on her little OnlyFans kick. Been in Playboy and shit lately, right? She trains over at Top Team, right?
Let me fucking look at her Instagram.
Yeah, check that shit.
We got a producer.
Yeah, put real quick.
We got a producer.
Which also makes me maybe think to go for the other girl, but I don't know.
What's her name?
Marina Moroz. I think she
Where's
trains at
Natalie?
Top Team.
Natalie, this is where you at?
Right up your alley.
Yeah, I was gonna say send me a link when you find it.
Yeah.
I'm not finding her.
All right. Well, so wait, you said you think the OnlyFans goes against the girls?
Yeah.
I would love to. That's some analytic statistics.
No,
we need.
she follows me.
Do the OnlyFans people?
Yeah, look at this. I'll send you the page.
Yeah,
real quick. Give her a little.
Wow.
I had a friend of mine like before when OnlyFans just came out and it was only girls doing all their porn shit. He's like, dude, he's like, trust me. Get you an OnlyFans page. You just make it like a fan page. And I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of my face. I ain't doing that shit. And then like 3 months later, they're like, the fighters got him now. And I'm like, what the fuck? I go, imagine if I would have did that shit when he said it. I go, I would have been like a year on everybody almost.
Yeah, but people would still be expecting you dropping dong on there. You know?
Exactly.
I don't think.
All right, I got it.
Do you have one now?
No,
I have one, but I just post like technique videos and shit.
See, I think if it was like
my female fans and gay fans are really disappointed.
See, if it was back in the day type things where I was a little like wild child, you know, my OnlyFans would probably be popular.
Railing
You guys
chicks
can
and
just
shit.
be quiet for a second.
G, you're really enjoying this, huh? Big fan, G. She's a pretty girl.
Who's gonna touch her?
You look pretty, man.
USA. Go down.
She's not American.
I'll go down. What? There. All right. All right. So we're going. Are we going?
I pick her.
You pick her
For the winner.
She's the pick me. All right.
But she's the underdog in there, yeah.
Is she the underdog?
Yeah. That's a good one, right? I'll pick her too for her contributions to Gerard's eyes.
Well done.
And,
well done.
Oh wait, is she fighting the crazy eye girl? With the
No.
Oh, okay. I thought that was her. I saw her thing. I was like, that girl can fucking fight.
Rob Schneider girl.
Her name's something Jannerboa or something.
Nah, I don't think that's her name. But the girl she's fighting. No, the girl with the
curly hair and like a weird.
I know
eye.
what you're talking about.
It's like over here somewhere, but she would fucking fight.
All right, Andrea Lee versus
The chick's Instagram came
Natalia
out. Notice
Silva.
Mick's fucking biceps got a little fucking vein popping out.
I'm gonna go Andrea Lee. That's another underdog.
Okay.
Huh? Who's the other girl?
What does that say? Can you read it?
Natalia Silva.
I don't know her, but I know Andrea Lee's good, and if she's an underdog like that.
Ooh, that next fight's gonna be tough. It's Mick and Menace picks. I'm going with the Menace again.
Okay.
There we got two chick underdogs.
All right, now we got Gerald Mearshart versus Andre Petrosky.
Where's Gerald been?
I don't know. I think he's out. I mean, he's out there now.
Yeah,
I don't know where he went the last week.
Petrosky's the favorite.
Maybe he was here last week. I'm gonna go with the home team, Gerald.
So this is a very much a grappler on grappler matchup. Andre's got very good wrestling, and Mearshart's got great submissions. He's got the most submissions in the 85 division. We're gonna go with our boy G. Mearshart.
Okay. Now we got Brad Katona versus Cody Gibson.
Is it these Ultimate Fighter guys? I haven't been watching, man. I don't know.
Why does Cody sound familiar? Cody Gibson? He's the Ultimate Fighter guy? Pull him up for me. I feel like he's from the Midwest. He's a Midwest fighter.
I'm not sure.
I think he had that switch kick knockout in the Ultimate Fighter. I don't know if you guys saw that.
This Ultimate Fighter
season,
going
yeah.
on? No, I haven't.
He's a vet.
I haven't seen it.
But he's a vet, so I know the name. Okay,
He's a
yeah.
vet,
So yeah, okay.
He was
there
in
we
the
go.
UFC before.
How is
that's how I
Chandler
know
going
the
to
name.
corner both guys at the same time?
Was Katona a vet too?
You shouldn't corner either one
He
of them.
fought Aljo.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, okay.
Have you been watching The Ultimate Fighter at all?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Chandler's coaching.
You're an alum. What do you mean absolutely not?
Chandler's coaching
Hate it?
everybody.
I stopped watching after my season. I didn't even watch it really before then.
Nah?
No, I think after my season, it got a little, like, they're just there for TV and they kind of want to be this and that. Like, it was just, like, less fighters and more people just wanting to be on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the two of them.
All you're going to do is hug my leg. That's all you do. You're afraid to
That's Cody right there. Yeah, I know him.
Whatever you say. I can't wait to smash it, bro. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah.
So
That
is this
kid's
the finale?
he's from McGregor's
Yeah,
team.
this is the finale.
Just my existence angers him.
I enjoy fighting. That's why I'm here for the second time. So why wouldn't I be here if I don't like fighting? You said yourself you wouldn't do it again.
I don't know. Autism and steroids.
I have a wife and kids, dude. You wouldn't know.
I have a wife and kids, dude. You wouldn't know.
But I would do it again.
I'm sure you would.
I would.
You don't got much to leave. I'm going to hurt you in the final.
All right. So
That was
I'm abstaining from that one. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Okay. All right. We're gonna skip that one.
You
We're
got a
gonna
pick?
I got Cody.
Which one was Cody? The one with the glasses?
The
or-
one sitting down.
The one
Yeah,
sitting.
I would go Cody.
The
too.
one who you didn't think had autism.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the kid in the glasses. just from watching that
They've both
exchange.
been in the UFC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now we got Austin Hubbard. This is another Ultimate Fighter versus Kurt Halabaugh.
Kurt's a vet, right? The
Yeah.
other guy might still be too. I know
think
Kurt.
I think
both
Hubbard
are.
was
They
as
both
well.
are, yeah.
They were both on Chandler's team.
I'll go Kurt.
Okay.
What's the odds here?
Kurt is Hubbard's the underdog.
Who's the one who beat?
Or no. Kurt's the underdog, I think.
Who's the one who beat Knight on Ultimate
Kurt.
Fighter?
That
Kurt did?
insane finish with the body shot.
All right, I'll go Kurt too.
All right. Some big boys
fu-
here. Go
And
ahead.
fuck it, I'm gonna go with the kid with the glasses on the other one too.
Okay, Brad Katona. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lock. All right, now we got Gregory Rodriguez versus Dennis Tululin.
RoboCop, Gregory Rodriguez for sure.
Beast.
He's a beast.
What's the line on it?
Is that Chris Weidman?
Yeah,
Yes,
it
sir.
is.
Chris
Brad makes his
Weidman.
return. Yeah.
Chris
The return.
Weidman.
Rodriguez is a minus 385.
Rodriguez
Even though I
is
like Brad,
Wow.
too.
as he should be.
4-1.
As he should be.
Tululin's 280 plus 280.
Is this the same dude who pulled out against him twice? Maybe.
I don't know.
He was supposed to fight back in like Jacksonville or something, like in June.
All right, moving on. We got Weidman versus Tavares. Brad Tavares.
We're gonna take the underdog Chris
I
Weidman.
think bet-wise go with the underdog.
Yeah, I'd like to see Weidman make a big return. I heard
just-
Anthony Johnson or what's his name? Anthony Smith talking about Chris Weidman, how he's like that's the best guy I've ever trained with.
Really?
He's like I've never won a round. I've never won a position. I've never won anything against Chris Weidman. He says Chris Weidman's the best guy he's ever trained with in the gym.
Wow.
Tavares takedown.
That makes his
defense is
injuries
insane,
even sadder.
Makes what?
His injury history even sadder, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go Weidman?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Got Marlon Chito Vera versus Pedro Munoz.
I'm going Cheeto.
Cheeto Vera.
I'll go Pedro then, since you went Cheeto.
Oh, yeah. We got action. What's the line?
The line is a
close.
minus 205 for Vera and plus 170 for Pedro.
It's 2-1, Cheeto Vera.
I think Pedro will take this one.
Pedro at 2-1?
Yeah, you got him too.
That's so. All
I
right,
think he's
Christian.
going to stay at range and throw kicks and win.
Well, you could double your money if Christian's
I think
right.
both those guys are mad after their last fights. Pedro mad after that Sean O'Malley eye poke thing, and Cheeto after the Sanhagen fight. I think they're both it's gonna be fucking fireworks as a potential fight of the night.
All right, this is another good one. Damon Blackshear stepping in for Cody Garbrandt against Mario
and
Batista.
he fought
that
and
dude
won with a
just
twister.
fought. Yeah, I'm
fought last
Saturday.
gonna go him.
Me too. I got Blackshear. Yeah.
Okay. And then we got, I think this one's obvious, but Neil
That guy
Magny.
was supposed to fight. Was it
Is
Benitez?
that- I think
Batista?
that fight's gonna be closer than a lot of people think.
Who,
Neil's
Magny?
long, yeah.
Hold on.
but I think
Batista was
Ian's
supposed to
gonna-
fight Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And Blackshear just filling in.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Yeah. I'm sticking with Blackshear. What were you saying about this fight?
Just the Ian. I think it's gonna be closer, and not as close, but I think it's gonna be a little tougher than people think. But I still think Ian's gonna beat him.
I think Ian's gonna win as
Neil's
well.
just long.
Neil Magny's one of those guys I feel like people have been expecting him to lose every fight for like 10 years. and he keeps winning.
For real.
Like he's been an underdog for a decade.
Yeah, he's just experienced, and he's got like a 85-inch reach or something.
Ian's a minus 520.
520.
Wow,
that's insane.
It's white privilege for you. That's what gets you.
Yeah, Magny's very long. He, I don't think he uses his distance so well with his striking, but he does with his grappling. Like he attaches well.
Magny is what? What's the line on Magny?
Magny is a plus 390.
See, I love you as a human being, Ian Gary, but I can get 400 for 100. Magny fucking ekes out a split decision here.
You can put her in a parlay, throw a little bit of change on it.
All right. So wait, we're going with Gary though.
We're going with Ian Gary, but
okay.
For the betters out there.
All right, now we got Zhang Wei Li versus Amanda Lemos.
So Wayne Lee, she's one of my favorite female fighters for sure.
Same. Yeah, I'm going with Wei Li for sure.
Last fight,
she's a minus 310.
She beat the shit out of Carla.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, she's so athletic.
Her
so
skills,
strong.
her striking, and just the way she moves. I mean, she's fucking good.
Yeah,
she's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, she's had put on some great fights.
All right, we're gonna go with Zhang Wei Li.
Yes.
Okay. And then
unanimous.
The main event: O'Malley versus Sterling.
That's a tough one.
Sterling's a minus 258. And
I'm gonna go Aljo because I mean you just can't doubt what he's been doing, but I don't fucking know. O'Malley's
I got Aljo by submission.
Yeah, but O'Malley's a slick motherfucker, boy.
For sure.
Aljo's stand-up is not good.
I would put in, what do they call that, a prop bet? I would say Aljo by submission.
Aljo by submission.
Aljo by submission.
That's the only way he wins.
Yeah, he's not going to knock him out.
He's not going to knock him out, and if they are on the ground that long for a decision, he'll submit him eventually.
Yeah.
So then you can hedge with O'Malley by knockout.
Single bet.
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, that's a Mick and the Menace picks.
Mick and the Menace picks. We got anything before we got to get out of here, boys? It's another beautiful Saturday here at Gas Digital. We thank you guys so much for joining us. Michael, tell the people where they can find you, man.
Thank you. Instagram is Menace Fight. Find me at Kill Cliff, chilling, hanging out, sparring, training. What else other social medias I got? Follow the Menace on Twitter. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. Yeah. He like I said, Michael Johnson's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. All right. The real ones know. So check out his clips and yeah, man. Thanks for joining us, brother.
And for
come back anytime you want.
For everybody asking,
keep rocking that shirt too, bro.
For everyone asking about Mick's sunglasses, those are Nevin sunglasses, by the way. You guys can check out a link in the description. Check out Brute Seltzer. Check out First Form for everything. Nevin sunglasses, you can look that good. And for more merch like this, you can check out slickandthick.com coming soon. Follow us on all our socials on YouTube,
and
on Instagram.
If you want to get a free month at Gas Digital, use the code SNT. You get a free month. It's only good in August.
SNT 30.
SNT 30. So get on that shit.
SNT 30. For Natalie back up in New York, for Ben and Christian here in the Podcast Junkie Studios in Boca Raton, for the great Michael Johnson and the great Mickey Gall, I am Gerard Michaels. This has been Slick and Thick. We will see you Monday at 2 o'clock.
Peace. Love you guys. Big kiss. Mwah.